Man, probably a fun fact on me is that I like to read. Like I like to read. That's a lost art nowadays. Oh, my great uncle is Jesse Owens. He won 4 gold medals in 1936.
I always want to leave people with this, man, to all the viewers and everybody out there, man. Make sure you guys finish your story. Make sure you guys finish your journey because somebody's going to need it.
Yeah. All you got to do is push the back button. That's all you got to do. Push the back signal.
Try not to think about the future too much so you can maximize the now.
Who's your favorite rap artist?
Man, to be honest, it's crazy. Tupac always been my number one, right? Like he got me through so much stuff, but Lil Wayne has been in the modern day.
I said, what does it really take? What does it really take to be great, Drew? And he looked at me and he was like, you really want to know? And he was like, to be honest, everything you did to get here, you need to be consistent times 10.
What's up, everybody that's doing today? It's your boy, Coach Lee. Welcome to the Chop Up. It's Tuesday night, Taco Tuesday for some of those folks out there. Let's get the crew up in here to do our thing. First off, coming right off the dome, calling the freight train, but he goes by Jake, not from State Farm. What's happening, man?
Hey, not too much. Chopping it up on this Taco Tuesday. We've got to rep the Blue Jays today. I'm excited for baseball season now that football is officially over for me.
I'm looking forward to it, man. Let's get another brother up in here, fellow Cowboy fan. I was coming with that hot fire. My man, too. What's happening, man?
Hey, you know what it is, man. T. Watt here. Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, that is. Put some beef in your taco. Add some hot sauce. You know what I'm saying? What it is, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good day.
Absolutely, man. Let's get the fourth person up in here, the co-rookie of the year. Last but not least, Trill Will. What's happening, man?
How we doing, everybody?
On the mug, go.
On the mug, go. How we doing, folks? How's everybody doing today?
Doing
Taco
good.
Tuesday.
Doing good.
Can't complain.
Man, what's happening to you fellas, man? Let me see. Unc said this is on the page, not the group. But he said, what up, fellas?
How we doing?
Doing good, man.
Big Unc in the building.
You know what I'm saying? What it is, man. We out here, we doing good things.
Unc in the building for the Chop Up Show. Let's go. Let's chop it up.
Let's go, man. So, how's the weather up there for y'all, man? It's, we freaking out down here like always.
Don't panic. Nah, it's all right, man. It ain't that bad, actually. It's a little chilly, but there's no rain or snow where I'm at right now. So
yeah,
we got sleet, snow, ice.
Little crisp this morning in Cincinnati. I had to wake up at like 5 because I forgot to take the trash out. I walked out and I'm like, who the hell told the outside to snow? We had some snow and some icy ice out there, and it was a little annoying. I went to pull my blades up because I was planning on going to the grocery store, and it didn't work out because I was like, I ain't going out. No, let's forget this. Cincinnati's stupid sometimes, but you deal with it.
Seems like everybody's hitting the point of, winter antics. Felt a little cold up here today. I felt like the last 2 days prior were nice, decent days, especially from Massachusetts at this point. Supposed to get some Arctic chills, going along the weekend. See how that plays out, and let's see how the week after the weekend does play out. So we're starting to get some cold weather. So it's been all kind of off and on this winter.
Fair enough. Well, man, it's a Chop Up show where everybody come in, whatever topics on your mind, touch your heart throughout the week, or whatever, people in the chat room. They may throw something out there. We can pivot to that topic, whatever the case may be. But first up tonight, we got some like Jake said at the beginning, baseball season's here for some of us that care to indulge,
Right.
like myself as well. So we're talking a little bit about those MLB expectations this year. So first off, who's everybody's favorite team?
Can anybody tell what mine is?
Yeah, yours is obvious.
Yankees.
Yankees.
He's a Yankee fan. Nah, I'm a Red Sox fan.
I was about to say, damn.
I find that highly disrespectful.
Yeah.
That gives me
Yeah. Red Sox fan, man, born and raised, man. I worked at that building for 10 years, so it was a great time in my life.
It's a no-brainer.
I love the team, man. Yeah.
I love that story on the first edition of the Chop Up on Thanksgiving, hearing your story about the Red Sox and the Fenway and going with your pops. That was a great story.
That was big time.
Wants to know, are there any fantasy baseball fans?
Fantasy baseball, I played one year. It was decent. It wasn't bad. Maybe I'll try again this year.
It's way more involved. You think fantasy hockey's involved. Fantasy baseball is way more involved than fantasy hockey.
I just don't like the extension of every day you have to prepare yourself. I'm a guy that forgets a lot of things during the day, so maybe it won't work for me. But hey, I'll try it out this season, man. Bo Sox, we got a Bo Sox fan here. Shout out to the Bo Sox. No shout out to the Bo Sox. I'm actually in my heart, I'm an Angels fan. The devil in me. Any team that beats the Red Sox, I'm happy with. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Everybody thinks I'm a Yankees fan. But I'm not.
You're a Lakers and Cowboys fan. It just fits the bill.
It just fits the bill.
But I'm not a Yankees fan. Believe it or not, I am not a Yankees fan. Everybody thinks I'm not.
Hey, if you are an Angels fan, I will give you one thing. Fuck the Dodgers. Anyway.
Shout out to the Yankees. Shout out to them Orioles too, man. Performed last season. That AL East last year was ringing bells. You know what I'm saying? The East Coast, man, was looking kind of nice. You know what I'm saying? Last year. So, shout out to the AL East for doing that thing. Fantasy Bakers require too much. Definitely, Bobby, I agree. I can barely handle football, and that's once a week. You know what I'm saying? If anything, a couple days. But
everybody got time for that.
Right.
They play too many games,
to be honest with you, this topic that I got, it all stemmed from Coach mentioning the Rangers yesterday. So to start off, I always love talking about myself and everything. My first original topic was, what's everyone's favorite thing about Jake? Nah, I'm kidding. It was never.
Would have been short show. Short show.
You're the one that helped stem this topic, so let us know about them Rangers, because I know you said that you love the Rangers and that's your team. So go ahead and tell us what your expectations are. I'd love to hear them.
Well, obviously being a Rangers fan, my expectations are pretty low. It's just for the pure love of the game. But the Rangers, according to the New York Post, they were one of the 7 winners of the Major League Baseball offseason, along with the Mets, the Padres, the Cubs, the Phillies, the Yankees, and the Angels. So it's pretty good company to keep, because all those teams usually have playoff aspirations every year. So to be up there with them and say, we're back in the market of spending. And our first big move that we had is obviously we have to remake our rotation. So we brought in Jacob deGrom, so 5 years, 185. Hopefully he can stay healthy.
Hopefully
if he can stay healthy, that man is dangerous. Him just coming back for the time that he was with the Mets, he had the best start to his season last year when he came back. I think he gave up 2 runs in his first 6 games back. It was unbelievable.
Absolutely. And so bringing him on board, it actually, I see him as, when healthy, more of a reliable. I know it's kind of an oxymoron, more of a reliable option as a Ranger. Maybe can put us in, in the area to contend. But then also his signing makes Corey Seager and Marcus Simeon's contracts, that was pretty eye popping, more reasonable, so to speak. So right now, I think they end up paying, was it last year they paid like $500 million combined for those two players last year. So bringing him in as a free agent kind of lets those fans know that they're attempting and trying to win. Got a pretty much a brand new stadium. I think it's like 2 years old now. So to bring some excitement.
Happy birthday to you, Jake, man. We're so rude. Happy birthday.
Jake. Happy birthday to you.
Y'all all told me earlier. It's all good. I wouldn't think nothing of it, but thank you, everybody.
Happy birthday to you, Jake.
Yeah,
man.
I'm Mr. 27 this year. I'm getting up there. I haven't touched 30 yet. My wife's gonna touch 30 before me. Don't hit me. But
boy, you gonna sleep on the couch tonight, man.
Hey, she's right there. I'm waiting for that big old ball to come over here and slap me right in the head.
Out of the porch.
Yeah, man. But like you said,
it's cold out here in Cincinnati. I told you that. I ain't sleeping on that porch. I think she's mean. I don't think she's mean enough to do that to me. But yeah,
not tonight at all. Night.
27 years on this earth, and I couldn't be happier.
Let them live, Jamie. Let them live, man. The Rangers, man.
Yeah, we need them. We need them.
It's been a long time since the Rangers have been relevant.
27.
It's been a bit since the Rangers have been relevant, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man. What's his name? Odor. You know what I'm saying? That's the last time they was relevant when he hit off. You know what I'm saying? Jake had to cover for a song, back to back or whatever. It's crazy, man. But they with the money they had this offseason was able to make some acquisitions that felt good for them. In a AL West where the Astros reign supreme, shout out to the Mariners last season. I think that would probably be the team coming in, the favorites.
Right.
And for the Rangers to add some pieces, in a division where you don't know who 2 through 4 is going to be, they have a chance to fight for that. I don't know how that's going to end up for them guys, but with the decision of DeGrom, if he's 100, he's going to get you double-digit wins. He's going to have you low ERA. It's up to those other guys, to develop. They also didn't they sign Evaldi? I think he was a former Red Sox.
Yeah, they did. They did sign him to a 2-year, $34 million, and also signed former Dodger Andrew Haney, 2-year, $25 million.
Man, Uvalde and DeGrom, y'all might get 10 starts apiece. them dudes are always hurt, but when they on, man. So some good pickups.
So with all that being said, with these free agent moves, you thinking maybe contender?
I'm not gonna go that far yet because we still have some holes in the outfield. We're still looking for that that power bat. But I definitely see us at least making it or contending for the play-in game. I still think the Astros are going to win the division. I think it's going to go down between us and the Mariners for second place.
And the Mariners have come a long way since some grippy days, finally. It took them a while. They had their first playoff appearance in quite a few years this year, and they made my Blue Jays look pretty dumb. But
they also have probably one of the most physically gifted prospects, young stars in the league, in Julio Rodriguez.
Yes, 100%.
It's crazy because a few years ago I got his autograph and he was still swinging between triple and the big leagues. So now I want to Julio Rodriguez autograph. I got it.
Yeah, save that because he about to blow up.
Yeah, baby, that's what happens, man. Thank you, COVID and the pandemic, man, for my new things that I do, man. But they got the Rangers 13th.
Unk said he's a Rangers fan. Unk said he's a Rangers fan too. That's what's up. We won't hold it against him.
That's pretty cool. At least you're not an Astros fan. That makes me happy.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know about that. I gotta hear that from my in-laws on a regular basis.
Is that what you're? Is that who your wife roots for? She's a Texans fan.
Yep, Texans, Rockets, Astros.
Banging on the trash can.
That is a split. I thought I had a
Coming on, my
split
man,
house,
John.
but we don't root for rivals at least. I think the only rivalry we had until Coach K retired was Duke and UK. Other than that, we weren't rivals. We just rooted for separate teams. That's crazy.
Right.
So, too, on to you. Angels fan, that's pretty cool.
Angels
as
fan
we
is
saw,
pretty cool when you look at the roster every year. When you look at the roster every year, it looks cool. But then when you go into 20 games in the season, 14-game losing streak already. That's the Los Angeles Angels style of play. Two of the best, if not players in the league, but we all know in the MLB and as well as any other sport, you know what I'm saying? It's a team game, and you have to have the rest of the field. So my weather report early on the Los Angeles Angels is one of these guys got to go, and it's not going to be Ohtani.
Yeah, actually, it is.
Okay, so that was going to be my question to you. Is that I feel like, crazy enough, I feel like Trout is going to be a lifer. He's going to be there forever. Last year we got a lot of rumbles, a lot of crazy talk about Ohtani leaving the team, and he didn't. Is this the year that Ohtani's going to be leaving the Angels?
He's
going to play out his contract, and he's going to be gone. There's no way he stays there. He wants to win. He wants to compete.
He's going to have a complete open book. He can go wherever he wants at that point. But will the Angels trade it? But will the Angels try to trade and get something for him? Because that would be the smart thing.
They should trade him to the Yankees. The Yankees will give him the house for him because the Yankees are the Yankees.
Don't say that. God dang it, man. We both don't want that.
Listen to me. It's only going to be for a year. He's not going to stay there. He's going to hate it there. So they're going to trade him there, most likely, get a ransom for him. Then he'll be a rental. Maybe they'll try to pack it all in and get try to win this year, but he's not going to get them over the hump. They weren't good enough this year. They're not going to be good enough with just adding him. So they'll trade him to the Yankees. They'll get like a bunch of prospects and who knows what else. And then he'll see that this Yankees team has no future. They paid a 30-year-old player way too much for way too long in Judge. And he'll take off. And he'll probably end up on the Dodgers because that's where everyone ends up.
Because the Dodgers overpay for everybody. This is the problem with baseball.
They're the new Yankees. They're the new Yankees. They buy championships.
Yeah, man. I was thinking, Bobby, I agree with you on that. If Trout gets hurt, you may have to, sit there and beg and please him to get traded. But yeah, there's gonna be a lot of suitors for Ohtani. Definitely gonna be a lot of suitors for him that will get the house for this man. You see what the guy is doing. You know what I'm saying? Available on both sides of the baseball field. And every year, it's just disappointment. So there's no high expectations of these guys going into the season at all. What we'll be paying attention to this season is will they have their superstars there at the end of the season, rather that's injuries, rather that's, clean out house and try to get value for it, and remain the worst team or one of the worst teams in the MLB.
And that's the crazy thing is they could trade both of them and literally rebuild their franchise moving forward in a way where they could actually probably sustain some level of success in a couple years. But they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it because they're obsessed with Trout, as they should be. He's a great player, even though he plays about 80 games a season. And they're obsessed. And then Ohtani, they, like I said, I think they will trade Ohtani, but
it's a guarantee. In my opinion.
They should deal them both. Honestly, they should deal them both and reset. Let's start over.
See, Bobby says, serious question: is Trout under or overrated?
He's
down the middle.
He just rated. Yeah, he's rated. He's rated. That's all he is.
Got to be on the field though. Like, look at it. He's a great player. There's no doubt. The guy that he was compared to most coming up was his fellow rookie, which was what's the kid? Bryce Harper. And look, in terms of what he can do physically, he's way more gifted than Bryce Harper. But Bryce Harper got a ring. Bryce Harper,
it's true.
He's done the work. Bryce Harper has become a true franchise player who plays often and is clutch. And
I have a harsh opinion over that too. Bryce Harper is what the Angels fan wish Mike Trout was. Mike Trout is a great player when he's on the field, but the thing is, Bryce Harper's done more in the amount of time that he's had in the league than Trout has. Bryce Harper's been there, and he's went to 2 different teams, and he's produced with each team.
Yep.
I'm a huge Bryce Harper supporter. I was hoping they beat the
Me too.
Astros this year.
Yeah, I also did. Wait, did he actually get a ring or did he not get a ring?
He did not get a ring.
Nah, he left Washington. That's right. He didn't get a ring.
Yep.
But he's been playing like high level baseball and actually
He's been playing high level baseball for the way it's saddled in Washington. He's been playing great baseball, definitely. But I think where the Trout Harper comparison goes Trout's direction, though that Trout's hurt and he's not available more than Harper is just the rated factor. Like Trout's always been around that area, though being hurt. There was a few years where Harper, me personally, like I said, I don't follow the game like a lot of people, but I tune in. It was like the decline, and people was trying to throw his demise out. Like, this
Harper,
is over.
well, Harper did fall off a little bit there. He did have a little.
And I think a lot of people were confused with his pick in Philly too.
Yeah. I don't think it was that confusing. It was a giant bag.
To me, it was confusing. No, hold on. To me, it was confusing because this is a dude that wants a ring, right? It was confusing because this is a dude that wants a ring, and he picked a team at the time that was not in any way, shape, or form to get a ring. But he took the money, and look what he did. This is what big players do. This is what great players do on teams. They ascend teams to go to the playoffs and try to make World Series runs. That's the kind of Bryce Harper is, or that's the kind of player Bryce Harper is. What's Mike Trout? That team has not gone to the playoffs. Just saying.
New game on the chop up when y'all need material. Over
That's
under. It be the most random things. VCAs, all of them Brock Purdy's.
Might be on to something there, Bobby. I like it.
Appreciate you, Bobby, man. Appreciate you, man. And you was actually one of little that actually commented on Will's post in regards to topics that we should talk about. We still have some of those topics in the window, and we'll talk about them on future shows. But shout out to Bobby on not only participation, but in thoughts and things like that. We appreciate you.
I'm gonna jot that down right now. I like that.
Hey, if everybody could do me one favor, actually, before we pop over to Will for the Red Sox. It is my birthday, and if you guys are feeling giving, the only thing I want for my birthday is for you guys to continue to comment, throw us a like, check us out on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all the social media platforms you got, and please, the biggest gift you can give me is if you share this video out.
Let everybody get it. Let everybody see it.
Yeah.
Come on. That's what we're trying to do.
Exactly. Bring it on. And the one thing I want to be brought on is my rivalry. Me and Will root for the same team in football, but when it comes to baseball, there's a little love lost here.
So this season we picked up Yoshida, the man from Japan, 5 years, $90 million. We'll see how that works out. You never know with those players. Like we've seen guys like Otani come over or Ichiro and tear this league up. But then we've seen guys
like Yusei Kikuchi.
Yeah, there's a long list of guys that it didn't work out with. And so I hope he pans out. I hope he's great, but we'll see. We grabbed a lot of old men this year, man. Kenley Jensen, Justin Turner, Corey Kluber, Adam Duvall. A lot of these guys are like on their last run in the league, but hopefully around the youth that we already have, there'll be good pieces. And I think the number one thing that we really needed to fix was our bullpen, and I don't know that we did that. Or our starting rotation needed help too. I don't know that we fixed that. So I think it's going to be an interesting year for my Red Sox. For the last 3 or 4 years, my Red Sox have basically been year to year, anything could happen here. There's been years where it's all right, this team, 2 years ago, it was all right, this team just doesn't, it's not going to be good. And we made a run. Deep into the playoffs, we made a run. And that was shocking. I don't understand. No one expected that at all. Then the following year comes up, last year comes up, and all right, here we go. Let's build on that performance from last year. And we shit the bed. We were terrible. So there's no real way to tell what we're do.
Yeah. So the thing is, the cool thing about the AL East this year is the fact that every team in the division almost finished over 500.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, I think my dogs are going wild. I'm sorry if you hear them bark. Just know they're stupid. Anyway,
You have Pete at your door.
right? The AL East is the toughest division in baseball. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah.
You got
Yeah.
the Red Sox and Yankees, who are always tough.
Yep.
You got the Tampa Bay Rays, who have been to a couple of World Series within the last couple of years. You got the Blue Jays are finally on the up and up with their young talent, and you got the Baltimore Orioles, who have come out of nowhere, who have sucked for years and have out of nowhere. Here we go. Hey, we're the Orioles, and we're here. Another Baltimore team I can love to hate now.
Is Buck still coaching him? Is Buck Showalter still coaching him?
Baltimore?
Yeah.
No, I'm not sure.
Trying to figure out who they coach is because
Coach, you know?
I don't think so.
Hey, Brady, come here. Yeah, my dog's name's Brady. Judge before. Come on, Brady, come here.
Brandon Hyde. Is he their manager? Yeah.
Brandon Hyde. I mean, the Red Sox, man, plus 8,000, man. You know, comes to betting odds, you know, this season on
put the money up.
The World Series.
Sure, also with the Mets.
No, just the Mets, okay.
So it's gonna be interesting. I mean, Red Sox are a team, man, that, you know, when you expect them to, like, you know, you think like, oh, this is gonna be a rebuild. You know, they surprise you, and then this year is just all over the place with their acquisitions. Now, the AL was good last year. We don't know if they're going to be sustainable, all these teams this year. We don't know how it's going to play out. But, you know, the Red Sox, you know,
that's a shot.
Manager inside the house. We got a great manager inside the house that's going to make sure these guys give it the best they can. It's going to be interesting to see what teams falter and what teams rise from last year, because you definitely had the Orioles last year that, oh, my God, at one point, what they win, like 12 straight games, 13 straight games, them and the Mariners. So I like to see their rise.
Hey.
Blue Jays, though, man, what we're going to talk about in a few, man, that's kind of becoming the team that, as they stack talent and they don't prevail, it's just disappointing. But like I said, man, all teams been go because they struggled. Hold on, because they struggled for most of last year before they turned it up. They definitely did.
Again, tough division, but yeah.
Tough division, but they did.
It's a very tough division, but they still finished with a well above 500, and they didn't make the playoffs with it. It was a very disappointing 2021, whichever one it was, season where they finished above 90 wins or at 90 wins, and they didn't make the playoffs. Last year, they had a very disappointing playoff run, obviously, because we got swept, but it was only a 3-game series. Alex Manoah didn't show up the way he did. Kevin Gausman showed up, pitched his ass off, did great. Bullpen let him down. Somehow, the Toronto Blue Jays have turned into the Cincinnati Reds when it comes to pitching. But it's the bullpen that they need help with, and they started to give bullpen help. We got Anthony Bass. Yusei Kikuchi ended up being pretty good in the bullpen role and not a starter. I'm thinking of one other guy. Rush Stripling went up to the starting role and did really well, but we lost him. But we picked up Chris Bassett. He's outstanding. He's going to help out Manoah and Gausman. And we're going to get, I cannot pronounce his name, but his first name or second name, whatever it is, Ryu, the Japanese pitcher, he's back. We get to see what he gets to do in his final year. Jose Barrios still has a lot to prove, and we dished out a lot of money for him. We've got 5 guys that could start. It just depends on how they're going to do. But I think Bassett, Manoah, and Gausman are going to lead the pack. Jose Barrios is going to be here and there. And then it's going to be up to Rio. He came from the Dodgers. I really can't think of his name. But he could be really good after he just got Tommy John. We went out and got Dalton Varshaw from Arizona. We've traded our Gabriel Moreno, top catcher in the league. He was like rated number 2 or something in the league in prospects. Traded him because we had too many catchers. Dalton can play the outfield. He can play the infield. He can also play catcher, so he covers what we need. They went out and got Brandon Belt, a guy that knows how to play, has been in championships in San Francisco, and he comes over and helps out with the infield to where Whit Merrifield can go out in the outfield and still play. I think the only thing that I was really upset that we lost was Ramil Tapia, who went over to the Red Sox. So, Will, you're going to enjoy him. He hit an inside-the-park home run at Fenway. I hope you love him.
He's fast, real fast.
As long as he gets on base.
Which is almost never.
Yeah. But I hope I like Alejandro Kirk at catcher, but I think Danny needs to play more. Danny Jensen. I think he plays the catcher position more, and Kirk can play DH. We got outfielders that can help an aging George Springer, who's absolutely outstanding. I like a lot of the moves that the Blue Jays did. They picked up some veteran guys that can help, and they picked up a young guy in Verishaw who can play literally any position on the field. We picked up a pitcher that we needed. We needed help with starting pitching and the bullpen. We have a great closer in Romano. Jordan Morano is possibly the best closer in the league. I don't care what anyone says. I'll put him against anybody. The bullpen was needed help, and we needed another starting pitcher. We went out and got Bassett. So what can I look for this year? And I still want to get Will's opinion on where he thinks his Red Sox are going to end up. I think the Blue Jays, honestly, with how the Yankees are, it's going to be hard to beat them out. It's going to be hard to beat the Rays out. I think we still make the playoffs, finishing second or third in the East. I really hope we win. It'd be fantastic for us to win that division and get some kind of home field. But we can't control that. It just depends on how the team plays. And I think the only thing that's really pissing me off is the fact that Bo Bichette went into arbitration. I wanted to sign him long term. He's one of my favorite players. But I understand what the Blue Jays are looking at here. We just got Schneider to a general manager, or my bad. He's the manager of the team now. We got a good skipper in him. He's a young dude. He's played. The players love playing for him. I'm glad he's our manager. Bo Bichette, fantastic on the offensive side. Defensive, super questionable. I think that's why they went out and got Brandon Belt in case something happens with him and they decide to trade him. I don't want to lose Bo Bichette because I feel like he could be a generational talent playing that shortstop position. But if he can't get his defense up, he's very liable. Vladimir Guerrero went from playing third base, moved over to first base, and he rose to the occasion and got better at first base. That's why he was able to get a contract. We still got Espinal on second base. We still got I'm losing his name, Chapman at third base. The outfield's still good with Springer and Varsho, who's going to be playing out there with them. There's someone else. I'm losing it just because I can't think right now, just because I'm excited about it. But I'm looking way forward to this season. I've already got my cable set up to where I get the MLB stations. I can watch every game. I couldn't be more happy to watch the Blue Jays. My wife's smiling at me because she knows how much I love this team.
I got a question. How did you end up a Blue Jays fan?
Really stupid way, to be honest with you. It's kind of funny.
Guessing.
About like 2000, in between 2009 and 2011, my grandma owned some property out at Indiana, and my brother and I went out there with the family and everything. My brother had a Toronto Blue Jays hat, and it was an old that mid-2000 time that they had where they switched their uniforms around. It was the Blue Jay with just the letter J in it. It was the revamped version. And he gave me the hat, and I looked at it and it looked cool. And that was the first year I got an MLB The Show game. I played at him, and Halladay was on the team still.
Doc.
Fell in love with the team. I'm just like, I think the Blue Jays are my team. I'm like, the Reds have some serious history here in the world of baseball. They suck. They're really bad. I don't want to root for a bad team.
Generationally bad now. It's been a long time.
And I just fell in love with the Blue Jays since then, and I rode with them all the way in that 2015, 2016 run when they had Donaldson, Encarnacion, and all them guys. I thought they had a chance, and when they lost to Cleveland, my heart broke. I said they'll be back. They went on another skid, and they went out and got all these young players through the farm, and it really sucks because I hate Buffalo and everything about Buffalo, but I got to root for the Buffalo Bison, right? The AAA affiliate. But, yeah, no, my brother gave me a hat. My brother gave me a hat when I was young. That was random.
It's random what does it, so it's good. That's what's up. Well, good luck, man. This year, we'll see.
I think my Red Sox. I do want to know before we hop off the topic, though. What are your final expectations for the Red Sox? Where do you think they finish?
Playoff berth, but I don't think they go too far in the playoffs. I think they
fair enough.
Yeah, I think they got too many holes still to fix. But we're building towards the right direction, I think.
Blue Jays at 8.
Yeah, it's all about
Red Sox don't stay bad for long. They never stay bad for long.
No, it seems like we don't stay good for long either. We kind of just a roller coaster here.
I really want to. Hey, I think the team that's on the rise that I hope ends up being on the rise because baseball is always fun when they're good is the San Francisco Giants. I
Yeah.
hate the Giants, but the baseball world always seems a lot more fun when they are doing good.
I thought they were going to get Judge, but he just stayed with the Yanks, which I'm
Yeah.
happy because that contract's horrible.
Is anyone scared of the San Diego Padres when Tatis gets back?
I gotta see them be healthy altogether. That's all.
You got to see him be healthy all around. Like, I mean, last year was like, and then they had this run into the playoffs. This year they'll be healthy.
PEDs.
You'll have your homie homie still on suspension, correct?
A little bit.
No, he's coming back. He's off suspension. He had to sit out there.
Man, it's gonna be. They're gonna get ratings. They're gonna get ball game time, and let's see if the money is gonna be talking. Let's see if they can talk the talk and walk the walk. See what happens over there, man. It's gonna be interesting.
Well, fellas, I appreciate you guys giving me my little bit of my baseball fix on my birthday. That was fantastic. Thank you very much. Pretty sure Coach is about to hit us up in the first break. Good luck to all your baseball teams this year. That was awesome, guys. Seriously, thank you for giving my baseball fix.
Hey, I actually had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
Real quick topics, like I said, your boy, I rock from the Rangers. I forgot we just pretty much went through a full revamp from organizational standpoint. We got a new GM in Chris Young. We got a new skipper in Bochy. We brought back Mike Maddox. And we signed, it could be, it's wishful thinking, but we signed one of Vlad's sons. He's a 16-year-old prospect. So,
man. Get the bros together.
Well, we're definitely looking forward to that. But yeah, man. So we got our first break for tonight.
Little dude, I actually love the Braves. They're my NL team. I love the Braves.
Swear they did one.
I hope they bounce back. Yeah.
He did what's his name dirty, the guy that ended up going to the Dodgers. I don't know if that was what's his name? Why am I losing his name? He went to the Dodgers. There was a big conspiracy theory around it saying that his
he did himself dirty though. His agent,
I heard the agent did him dirty because they didn't tell him about the contract that was on the table with the Braves, and he went running. And the agent didn't tell him nothing because he wanted to cut, and he fired him.
It's my Freddie Freeman.
Freddie Freeman.
He should have stayed. He should have stayed at home. I wish he stayed with the Braves.
It was a sad day when that happened.
To pay people.
But again, I can't thank you enough. That was a great birthday treat for you guys. Entertaining my baseball fix. Thank you so much.
Now we're gonna touch on baseball more than just on your birthday. We got more to do on that.
16 days, pitchers are heading to camp.
Yes, sir.
Training starts February 24th. So like you said, they'll be preparing, and the Cracker Jacks will be revamping, all around the world. And hey, Sweet Caroline will be playing in Fenway just about every day. Can't wait for it.
Well, we'll be back about 15-20 to take our first break for the night. Y'all hanging out with us. Make sure you like, comment, share, do all that good stuff.
Definitely.
That was good with the people. It's Montreal McNeander, NFL linebacker for the Cleveland Browns and Grambling alumni. I had to come through today. Give a special shout out to my dudes over at STWF Media, the big brand, where you can talk sports with the other NFL players, fans in their Facebook community. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go get them boys a shout out. Go check out their page. And I promise you, man, you're gonna love everything that you hear and enjoy it.
Back at it like we're mad at it. Appreciate y'all hanging out with your boys tonight on the Chop Up. Segment number 2. Got a little wisdom coming in the group tonight.
Got a little wisdom going on, man. So, I try to live my life, love to live it, free, do the things that I want to do as much as you guys probably do as well. And just make sure at the end of the day you're staying positive, not getting in trouble, things of that nature. One thing I try to feed myself off is saving for a rainy day. You know what I'm saying? People in this world, may call it being smart. Some people in this modern world might call it being cheap when it comes to certain things.
Fruitful.
You know what I'm saying? So, depending on, you might like the guy or girl that cheap, you might not. But either way in the world, is how I, try to save my cash, because we all know we work hard, but we ain't paid enough, which has us sometimes to go do different things sometimes, to, get an extra buck, not even too crazy. Some people do. Shout out to them at the back. Well, I'm watching Club Shay Shay yesterday. Shout out to Shannon Sharp, man. One day he's gonna enter the world and leave Undisputed and do his thing. But yesterday he had former NFL wide receiver Chad Ochocinco still ringing for a Hall of Fame bid. Maybe he'll get one, maybe he won't. But even if he doesn't, he was an exciting, great wide receiver to us. And if you follow Chad Ochocinco's career, one thing that he did in the league for all the stuff that, he may have did that was negative, things of that nature, was safe. Now, you normally see Chad Ocho throwing $2,000 at waitresses and things like that. Remember, this guy was paid heavily in that league. What interested me in the interview that they had yesterday was the fact that Chad Ochocinco said he saved 83% of his total earnings.
That's unheard of.
Being an NFL player. Now, if you don't know Chad for the way he, acts on a football field, the way he acts at certain points, you may think that this guy's probably blew through his money. Well, no. Guy still lives comfortably. He probably got a lot of ads and things of that nature, But one thing he did mention is that I'm good based off my name alone. Ain't no money to compare to that. Me spending millions of dollars on, clothes and things of that nature, it's not going to define me. Validation from people is not going to define me. Ultimately, is what I want to do. And that's one thing that people in this world don't get. Is that, you determine, how you do things from, spending your cash to what you want, things like that. So it really interests me when he mentioned that. Though I knew, Chad was saving money for a long time and he, does certain things. Had on an outfit that he said that was from Urban Outfitters that was $60 for the outfit. Now you see most athletes, when they get, you're like, man, they paid thousands for stuff that looks crazy. This modern day of fashion is crazy. I guess that's fashion now. So what I wanted to get into, guys, is not checking pockets or anything, because you guys do what you do with your money. Hopefully, if I ever ask for $20, you guys got me. What are ways that what are ways that you have been able to, what are things that you've been able to do to be able to save money? You know what I'm saying? Does that mean, that this week, you don't go out next week? You know what I'm saying? You go to the grocery store, buy groceries, saving that way, Or, hey, you just like, hey, money comes, money goes, man. I'm going to spend it, and hope that, I get the same amount next week, if not more. It's just a matter question because a lot of people in this world, wasn't educated, in investments, literature, finances and income, the way it comes in, the way it goes out, what is it going on? Me and Jake, coach as well, speak on it, in a different triangle in a sense, because we have children, So that's an age up, equal up, things like that, So how do you guys
get more expensive the older they get?
That too, definitely do. Cheap can be good. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Rock 'em Up. Yes.
I think mainly what I do to try to save money is that me and my wife, we go name brand. We get all that, or not name brand, we go Kroger brand. We do go to Kroger's, find all the good old Kroger brand stuff. I know Coach told me to try out the cereal. It's got some, nothing beats the Big K brand. You got to find ways, and I already told you, like, my grandfather, instilled on to my father, and my father told me there's no point of working unless you pay yourself first. So I separate my bills and how I'm able to save. I was able to learn through high school to have yourself $1,000 security fund. I don't have that always because everything comes up. Something goes wrong with the car. The kids need to go to the doctor. I need to go to the I need to go to the doctor. I mean, there's always something to go up. But the very first way and smart ways that you can do to help yourself is just by where you spend and how you spend it on necessities, not wants. Because wants need to be last. So your necessities that you have, figure out how you're going to spend your necessities. If you need an oil change, make sure you got your car in order so you can get to your job so that you can work the job to get the money to be able to pay the necessities. So make sure you got everything in order, buy in order, so that you can live correctly. And if you need to penny pinch. Don't go after your wants first. Go after what you, or don't go after your wants first. Go after your needs and make sure all your ducks are aligned. I think the thing that got me the most out of that interview that Chad and Shannon had is the fact that he was like, I wore fake jewelry. I went to Claire's.
He went to Claire's.
Yep.
People wear earrings and jewelry and all this on the field. Like, what? Chad, you the smartest man for that. You get your earring knocked on the field. Oh, yep, that's a $3.99, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is. We'll go buy a new one. I'm rich. And even when you're rich, you can still spend cheap. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
They want you to live in luxury houses and have ill cars and have house and all that stuff. You know, but ultimately, you don't really gotta be in that situation now.
And the thing is, he took advantage of Cincinnati the way you should have. Cincinnati, it's expensive anywhere to live and try to be able to be prosperous in this country nowadays. But Cincinnati is still a lot better than, at least from what I saw from a graph the other day, rent in Boston that I saw was ridiculous compared to what we are in Cincinnati.
You don't want to live here, man.
Cincinnati, correct me if I'm wrong, I think rent is anywhere from 12 to 16 for an apartment.
If you're lucky.
Exactly, which is not bad. And a lot of people can get cheaper houses. So a house here in Cincinnati that's $200 might be $500 in Boston. So Chad was taking, back in that time, especially, taking advantage of the system of being able to live in Cincinnati and save back all that money. So he's smart. Get more power to him.
First 3 years of his career, lived in that stadium where he said they had everything that you needed. So why move? You know what I'm saying? Definitely. And then it was a coach and the staff that was like, yo, you know, just fly your wings, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, go get stuff. But, you know, it kind of interests me because, you know, you got this heavy role playing, man, around every day, you know, around everything, you know, from rated 5-star, you know, restaurants to, you know, fashion stores to everywhere around you. You know, sometimes people get that temptation to, you know, blow it because you got it. But he's investing in his future, obviously his kids. He lets his kids do what they want, you know what I'm saying? But this is the reason why they're able to, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, he's able to, you know, same, man. Another guy, Rob Gronkowski is a guy with a lot of endorsements that didn't go through his NFL money during the course of his career. You know, there's certain guys that, you know, have that niche to do that. You know what I'm saying?
The rumor goes he never spent a game check during his career.
Never spent the game check.
That's handling business, man.
Like I know somebody. I was actually in a situation with a few people who had worked with him.
Shout out to Rocket.
Yeah, one of them used to work like shipping like appliances, and he shipped like 2 big old freezers, deep freezers to Gronk's house. And Gronk was like, yeah, go in, you're good. And like he's a cool dude or whatever. He said in one of the rooms he saw that Gronk had his first game check ever framed. Hadn't cashed it.
I cashed it. And hold on. Spend that game check and make more money off the game check than the game check is. That's the way that can go down. But yeah, like you said, he's gonna keep that forever. You know, something in his family, you know.
All his endorsements, like it just his family, they taught him to say it right. I also heard Ocho say that he was saving money by taking Spirit Airlines. Like, hey, look
Spirit Airlines. You can
play with your life if you want to.
Definitely. But you get that from, you know, you get these athletes nowadays that just told, like, you know, they don't want to be in the light. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to, have people seeing them every day. I mean, now more common than nowadays, you know, people being seen. But, you know, Jazz, like, forget it. I'm a regular person in this world. Hey, I'm a fly, you know, spirit. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get my bait. I'm going to get to point A to point B. Any plane
Maybe
that you ride on, any spirit, anything. Any plane you ride on, you have to have that thought in your mind that, you have to have your thought in your mind, well, damn, we're high in the sky. You know what I'm saying? That's rather you riding American Airlines or Spirit. So if Chad's not wrong in that aspect, it's just the people telling you this happened in Spirit and that happened in Spirit. Well, this has happened at American Airlines, Delta, and all that stuff. It's happened. So, you know, it's just your thinking. When your thinking overrides everybody else's and it does long term, I think that's good for the brain rather than having and get brainwashed. Things like that. Like, it's good to take opinions from people all day. But ultimately, I always tell people, I can give you an opinion. I can give you my thoughts. At the end of the day, you still have to make that choice. You still have to make that decision. You know what I'm saying?
Also, meal prep. Meal prep helps. It's a big deal.
Meal prep does help. Definitely. Shout out to meal prep. You know, me working in the kitchen, you know, that helps too. You know, save a lot on food. Definitely. So,
there's some people in the group.
I invest all over the place. I meal prep, don't eat out. I have a conscious mind to just save. I make it a habit and a goal. You will put back change and cash in at the end of the year. Absolutely, Cedric. Shout out to you. And this one, too, hits home. Sometimes it's hard to save when you have kids. It is. It is hard to save. AP. You know, but also getting the discipline of your kids, you know what I'm saying, and know that everything, you know, or every time money's there, you know, you're not just going to go get everything you want. You know what I'm saying? There's bills that need to be paid, you know. There's fun that's going to be had all day. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be sitting in the house sitting looking at walls all day and things like that. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, it's good to let your kids know too and get them into some things, you know, that they can learn the environment of, you know, income and investing and things like that.
Yeah, you know, I said on the show before, I think it might have been during the Thanksgiving chop up, is that my dad is the richest poor man you'll ever meet. Like, we got what we wanted for our birthday and Christmas, but other than that, we had one pair of shoes last us all year. We never ate out except maybe once every 2 weeks during a check, and it was only after church. Like, I learned how to save money for my dad and learn that you live off what you got. You get paid. You get the groceries in the house, you use those groceries. You don't go out. I mean, my dad didn't have DoorDash back then. Maybe he would have used DoorDash, but I doubt it because he still barely uses his damn cell phone that he's got. But we had everything we needed as kids. We had clothes for school. We had shoes. And then if we wanted something for whatever reason, we either had to work for it or wait till our Christmas or birthday. So he don't even, Jamie's right. He don't even get his pizzas delivered. He goes and picks it up because he doesn't want to pay that extra $250. He's like, I'm not paying that extra $250. I'm going to pick that shit
up. To your pops. That's the same thing I'm doing. What? If it's in distance, I'm putting on my shoes and I'm walking. Like, yeah. Let's believe that.
I get walking, but driving, you spend the gas anyway. So there's a balance to everything.
Like I said, we got everything we wanted for birthday and Christmas, but other than that, throughout the year, if you got a hole in your jeans, take it to your mom. She'll patch it up. I mean, you didn't get nothing new. You got everything right there at the beginning of the year. You made it last. If you grew, we'll figure it out. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I had to figure it out too.
Yeah, we figured it out the next year.
I had to figure it out being young. Will know, TJ Maxx.
Used to get it.
Yo, but real talk, man, you have to learn that.
Was real.
You know what I'm saying? You have to learn that and do out all that. You know, I did that because it was just people, you know, doing it. You know what I'm saying? And that's it with me. But I was raised in a household too where you wasn't getting nothing every time you wanted it. So, you know, I had to appreciate what I had for the time I had it for before I got something new. And I was always blessed to have something new. But now I can say, like, okay, now I know, you know, you got a pair of sneakers for some years. You may have a few pairs and all that. You can go one through the other and the other, but, you know, I'm learning that. I don't have to go buy a new pair of sneakers every week, you know what I'm saying, every 2 weeks, you know what I'm saying, for people's validation or, you know what I'm saying, to feel like I need to be in the crew. I never had to do that anyway. I was always myself, you know what I'm saying? And I still say to this day, man, when people tell me like, yo, man, you've been like that forever, T, you know what I'm saying? yo, they call me, sneaker box. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to just have the money saved in my sneaker box. You know what I'm saying? So people still ask me like, yo, T, still got your money in the sneaker box, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just the way it is. You see rich people buying brand shoes. Yes, definitely. And the Jordans, man, every day. You know what I'm saying? This and that. And I'm like I said, man, hey, if that's what you're doing, you do it. You know what I'm saying? But make sure, man, just make sure when that rainy day something hits, man, you never know what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure you have something. You know what I'm saying? Make sure. Shout out to Frankie, man. Shout out to you, my opinion. It's once these people believe in themselves 100% and believe in their self-worth, they will no longer brand themselves with other names like LV, Gucci, Prada. But the question is, when will that happen? Because they're going to continue to brainwash. They're going to continue. All these brands are going to continue to brainwash kids, advertise kids and adults, even elder people, to buy these products. And these products are going to continue to be bought because they have a bunch of people supporting them always. And that's something that's never going to stop.
It comes from within, though. It comes from within. If we stop buying into it, it doesn't have to work.
Yeah, but we've been on this before, and then you see people that, in our community, like, I'm not going to stop buying it, or I'm buying it. I'm still going to buy it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's people that's always going to, like, there's different levels in all aspects of everything, man. People going to still buy that stuff. That stuff's going to still be a top brand. I mean, we would wish that, one day the stock will plummet and nothing, and they're having a clearance sale, you know what I'm saying? 80% off, 90% off all this stuff, and that will never happen. So us, like you said, it comes within us in the community and teaching the kids that, but, it's always going to be that group of people that's, going to, it's just wild. Having a work uniform helps big time. Yeah, man, definitely.
You got to remember too. You got to remember at the same time
when our leaders like Nas does Hennessy stop. I don't know why Nas is one of your leaders. Not one of my leaders.
Doing Pepsi, Fat Joe. You know what I'm saying? Like,
not one of my leaders either.
Broke now versus broke when we were younger are two different things.
Mm-hmm.
Case in point, how the hell does Payless go out of business?
Interesting, right?
Right.
Everybody rocks the name brand now.
Mm-hmm.
How does Payless go out of business? There's so many poor people in the world, but the store for the poor, it closes down.
Yeah.
That doesn't make no sense to me. No bullshit. Payless hit. Even if you got out the range of not buying, the sneakers there, some dope shoes to buy there. You want to go out, some nice shoes.
Stacey Adams.
You Stacey Adams, you go on. You go to work, you work in the kitchen or something, you work construction or something. They got some boots for you, you know what I'm saying? Things of that nature, slip-ons, So they had some things that were valuable to people that had value to it. And it sucks. It really does. He put songs like I Know I Can. Nas is a great song. Oh, yeah, he going in. Frankie going in. Great song for the community. Hey, that song honestly touched a lot of communities. That was one of the songs that honestly and all, kind of, people, brings unity. If you could say that, brings unity within, it was a great song. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to hate Nas for that. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. My whole point is that you gotta like fix who and what you value. It's not just I respect Nas for certain music that he's done and certain empowering music that he's done, but I do not Hi. How we doing, little man?
I mean, Frank, it is contradicting.
He wanted to say hi.
It is contradicting, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the career that he chose. That's the career he chose. To entertain people with his raps, and then
time out. It's not.
I don't
even know that's that contradiction. He said, "I know I can be what I want to be," and what he wanted to be was a front man for.
He wanted to be a Hilly-eyed man. Hey, you know what I'm saying?
That's what he chose.
Right. It's good to see Nas still be able to be in the light. He had no reason to not be in the light, but it's good to still see him. You know what I'm saying? Around. There was a time where he focused on himself and took a little hiatus. And I
think the real issue is having rappers be role models. They shouldn't be. They shouldn't be.
Who's your role model, Will?
My role model is my mother, man. She worked harder than anybody I know. So
me, role models, man. I'd say my aunt, you know what I'm saying? Great role model. You know, shout out to my mentors, Jenny and Alice, they were my mentors. I have guys, athletes. I have athletes and things that I like, that I like, but I'm like this. I support Kobe. Hey, I can't go steal Kobe Bryant jersey. I'll buy a Kobe Bryant jersey. But like this, I'm a Jay-Z fan. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z was my role model at the same time. His album
come out. Mentor, not who you admire or who you may be a fan of. Like if somebody asks you who helped make two, you said it'd be your aunt.
It'd be my aunt, my mentor. Shout out to Jenny and Alex, man. My big brother, man. Okay. My big brother. You know what I'm saying? Those would be the guys that shaped me out. None of these guys shaped me out. Now, you know, I might have, you know, been able to be on the popular team because of the athletes and rappers that I like. But other than that, they didn't help me throughout. They didn't help me at no point of my life. They haven't helped none of us during any parts of our lives. They help each other out because they're in the branding of their own. You know what I'm saying? So
I like this question. He said, yo, you 4 guys hosting right now. If Jerry Jones offered y'all $1 million to run his personal bacon commercial, would you? Yeah, why not? Get the bag. I'm nobody's role model right now.
I'll go. Hey, I get to meet Jerry Jones.
His long lost brother.
Me and Jerry always in the jet. I always picture me and Jerry in the jet. You know what I'm saying? So that would be dope. I would. Anybody, people in the position would do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, now the question would continue if there was, would you continue to do it and such like that? But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? This is what you're living for in this world, even though you would want to have values and beliefs, but who wouldn't want $1 million to run a personal banking for anybody? Not even saying Jerry Jones, anybody else.
He says racial controversy and all. Yeah, here's my thing. At the end of the day, I may not appreciate certain things that the man has done or said, but $1 million can change the course of my family's life. I got to look out for my family. Bottom line. So, yeah, I mean, there's people that we work for now with questionable past, but we still got to go to work every day.
Right. Definitely. All day.
You got to support your family. Life is about compromises.
Everybody's in some type of controversy in this world. That's one thing
everybody.
I
know I wasn't asked it, but
I was getting to you.
just in case, I wouldn't be who I am today without my dad. And it's my birthday today, and I got to shout my own dad out because I wouldn't be here without him. Any of the life lessons I've learned and anything that I've done to this point in my life is because of my dad. I don't have a role model. I don't have I have a hero, and that's my dad. And I appreciate him every day for it. And I'm gonna reach the question out to you, Coach. Who's your hero?
Mine, I've got a couple. Well, my 2 top heroes are my dad and my grandfather, my mom's dad. But then after that, all the women, both my grandmothers, my mom. I come from a long line of very strong women. People stay married in our family for a long time, for the most part. And so we've always been taught and raised that, you know, anything you want, you work for it. Do you have to make compromises? You absolutely do, but don't compromise your dignity at the end of the day. So don't put yourself in that position where you have to make those type of hard decisions. So I've been around, you know, some pretty successful people in that aspect. My grandfather taught me the real estate and things like that. So if I had to say who helped make me, definitely my dad and my grandfather. People who actually invested into me. Yep. Not somebody I saw on TV or made me feel good when they scored a touchdown or I liked the music. Real life, tangible people.
Frankie, I think you misunderstanding what I'm saying. I don't have a problem with Fat Joe and Nas doing what they're doing. My problem is, why are we as a community making them role models? Why? We shouldn't be looking up to them.
It should just be pitch man.
They just they are who they are. We glad they came from the hood. I mean, we understand that. And we glad they're making the bag now, helping their family out. But like, not everybody is supposed to be a role model. We need to put our faith and beliefs in people who are actually doing things for the community, doing things for our people, if that's the case. Or really just the people close to you. You know, like you see everybody's role model that we spoke on here was was people that actually like friends and family that touched our lives, that actually molded who we are. You know, I mean, it's not.
Hey, that's
you got Will, you got.
That's what they pay
mom, Two's aunt. You got Coach's dad and grandfather. My dad. You need someone.
Put in kids first.
You need someone in your face. Close. Let you know that this stuff on TV is stuff for TV. If you are successful and you make it on TV, be the best person you can be. And while you're growing up, let them know the certain things that you've been raised to learn.
I mean, you know what? Hey, I'm gonna throw this out there just because I feel like it. If you want to try to have a rapper maybe as a role model, look at a guy like Q. I love Schoolboy Q. He's there for his daughter, raising his daughter, and him and her, they go at it. They like talking shit to each other. They're fun. He buys her stuff. He's there helping out, raising her, sending her to school, shows up to all her stuff. Mm-hmm. That's what you want in a damn role model. A guy like Schoolboy Q. I love that guy. He's my favorite rapper. He's my favorite person as a person out in the famous world. Be more like Q. That's all I got to say.
I agree with you, Frizz. You know, there's a lot of things thrown in these kids' faces nowadays. You know what I'm saying? The battles and challenges, you know what I'm saying, of raising your kids. And like I said, man, I'm not saying that it's not acceptable to have any of those things, but hey, it's what's going on. You know what I'm saying? It's what's going on in this world as parents, as people. You know what I'm saying? They don't market who?
They don't market who? Are you talking about Q?
I think it's
about Schoolboy Q. Nah, because they don't. That's the thing. They don't market people like that. They don't market people like that.
That's kind of what Kanye was trying to talk about, Andy. Right. To an extent.
I didn't hear what you said, Coach, before that. What was that?
I was saying that's kind of what Kanye was talking about when you don't no longer fit their agenda or do, you know, as far as your marching orders, that's when it becomes an issue.
Right.
You know, you can put out certain music where you can talk about killing, maiming, robbing, stealing, anything like that. When you try to put anything out positive, that's when you get extradited out of the fans' eyes.
You do what they do. You do what they want you to do, and then once you're like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta improve my life. It's like, okay, it's like us. You know, you grow up in neighborhoods. Once you get older, you know what I'm saying? You wanna move out, you know what I'm saying, into a better life and things like that. But at the same time, it's kind of in the sense of some people want to stay there. You know what I'm saying? And when people want to change and move out, damn, I'm getting criticized for that. The critics want to come at me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to spit some gospel and some truth to the people based on the experience I've had. That's bullshit. It's bullshit. Blackballed and all. It's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Definitely is.
They don't market them. Let me ask you all about them real fast.
Well, go ahead.
When I say these group, what comes to your mind? PM Dawn, Public Enemy, Tribe Called Quest, Arrested Development, Goody Mob, X-Clan, Poor Righteous Teacher, The Coup. Are y'all familiar with those groups?
It's all old school is what I know.
They're all conscious rappers.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm. They're all conscious rappers. This is like around, I'm probably thinking like around about 91 to 94, 95 maybe. Those type of rappers for me is what I gravitated towards because they talked about positive messages, uplifting yourself and your community. And y'all see, they are older rappers and you don't know them, but they didn't transition to different generations because they didn't speak the narrative. But everybody knows, like, you know, everybody knows it's not a knock on Tupac, but Tupac, the Snoop Dogg's, you know, people like that because they glorified and advertised certain things.
And even look at those guys. Even look at those guys that, you know, the Snoop Dogs and all that. Like, you see the way they approach the rap game now. It's like they trying to teach lessons and all that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they want to do. But you see, I mean, Snoop Dogg's a mogul, so, you know, he's able to, you know, still be Snoop Dogg. Some rappers are not able to do that, you know what I'm saying, at all. Like Eminem, like, for instance, like Eminem's a guy that, you know, was in there, he was speaking, you know, in reality, you know what I'm saying? But once a different tool started coming around, and some people don't know he's battling, you know what I'm saying, with addiction and all that other stuff, then they flip the narrative on him. But he's still Eminem, though, to a extent, so he still gets that. But people in this world, man, it's crazy, man, when you want to go a different direction, man. It's crazy. I always say that from being in the hood, having beefs in hoods, all that stuff, man. Like, damn, people can't change in this world. If people want to change, then you got to lose something. Endorsements, money. Like Fat Joe, like, no disrespect to Fat Joe, and not comparing him in Nas' situation, because Nas, could do what he wants. Fat Joe could do what he wants too. But Fat Joe went through a space where, his lawyers is messing up his money, you know what I'm saying? His investment guys mess up his money. Then he gets locked up and all that stuff. So he lost a lot of money. But to get what he wants, he's going to take a Coca-Cola deal and do all that because he wants to be what he was. You know what I'm saying? He's gotten the reality like, hey, it could be taken away from you. But, hey, he's trying to get that back. So, you see Fat Joe, being somewhat – you never seen Fat Joe in that light. It's always been about the streets. Now you see Fat Joe, he does podcasts now. He's around the media. He was at the Kansas City.
He's a very approachable person.
So yeah, some people sell out. You're right. Some people sell out. You're right. Some people ultimately do. You're right. Some people ultimately do sell out. At the end of the day, this Fat Joe at the end of the day is like, man, my family's smiling, my family right, family good. I ain't rat on nobody. I'm good. I ain't rat nobody. I'm good. I ain't got to have my head on the swivel in the streets. I'm good.
Is there a movie you saw that changed your life? I like that.
There's a movie, Fruitville Station.
Yeah.
Fruitville Station. Like, literally, like, changed everything in regards to life. And, dude, it was a train station.
Remember the Titans had an impact on me.
Yeah.
I think
Roots.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So my uncle's autistic, and I don't think I really fully understood. I fully don't really understand that what that like grasped and understood until I watched radio. And when I saw radio and I saw how he was, picked on and like attacked and everything, I didn't really understand like what my uncle could have went through when he was a child. And my dad told me stories about how he had to stick up for his brother as a kid because he was different. Because back then you didn't really understand what Down syndrome, the mental issues, the autism, all that stuff that was a thing. And I saw that and I'm like, I don't care who I deal with. I don't care what people think about other people. I'm going to try to do my best to be my best person and look at these people and hang out with them and like get to know certain people that I don't normally hang out with. And I think radio really opened my eyes to understand that all because someone's different doesn't mean you should frown upon them or be around them and feel any different about them. I'm nice to everybody and I want to be nice to everybody. And if someone looks like they're getting picked on, I want to hang out with that person just because they're getting picked on. I want to be nice to everybody and I want everyone to feel welcome and just so they know that there's one person in the world that cares.
I agree with that. Yeah, but you can't give out turkeys on Thanksgiving and pump sugar drinks through my kids all year. I mean, can't take their amendments away or rights. They can do what they want. Now, for anybody that's installing and doing that, then they need to have the right people around and let them know that, maybe, you might want to do something another way, but,
That's where you got to pick and choose what you consume from people. The whole notion of thinking that people are not going to slip up or they may have some imperfections, that's just life. Yeah. If life was, my favorite saying I always say to people, if life was easy, everybody would be successful at that.
Right.
That's not the case. So you got to pick and choose what you pull from somebody. Somebody may be great with money. Somebody may be great with family aspects. Somebody may be great with health. You got to take a little bit of everything from people in order to see how you can implement it into your day-to-day activities if possible. But for you to just go to one source and you expect, that person is going to be perfect all the time, that's why people get let down. That's why I think a lot of people have kind of gone away from growing up in churches. Because growing up when everybody was younger, it was always, I'm speaking for myself, but church. But then when you get in situations where that pastor that you always told to respect, to honor, and things like that, when you have a real life crisis or situation, it's a big mental letdown. So, in my aspect, I've been in situations where I've had pastors who said some, I've caught saying racial things as a kid, about us, that's, in situations, not having your best interest, not putting your family first when your family's done everything for that. Not going into details on that, but that's what made me change my mindset of, I believe in church, I believe in God, but I'm a spiritual person. I don't really believe in organized religion, because I think organized religion allows people to have crutches. And if you have crutches, then you won't be able to push yourself to get out there and walk on your own 2 feet. So you won't be able to think for yourself. Yeah, it's I don't know. I'll be up here all night. I ain't trying to make no enemies out there.
No,
if you go to church and church
No,
makes you a better person,
no.
that's
Hold
for
on.
you.
No, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
No. I'm not out to make enemies, but I think organized religion, like actually going to a church, too cult-like for me. I'm like you. I'm spiritual. I can pray to God in my own house and do a rosary here if I feel like it. I don't need to go there and feel like I'm being judged while I'm there.
Right.
I
Understood.
had a bad experience in a Catholic church, and I'm not doing it again. And that's neither here nor there. I'm not trying to make enemies out of nobody. I understand that's one experience for me.
To each their own.
I'm perfectly fine living and breathing and practicing in my own house with my own family and letting my kids grow up and pick what they want to do with their lives as their own, saying, hey, this is what I believed in as a kid. This is what I do now and how I do it. It's up to you how you want to take it from here. But after that one experience, knowing about all that, it's just, I'm cool. I don't want to do it.
Definitely. Once I took the collection plate, man, I never went back. Now I'm playing. I'm playing with y'all. There's a little human. No, I never did that in my life, man. But nah, man. There's one thing about us, man. We chop it up. The viewers need to chop it up. And hey, at the end of the day, we're gonna chop it up and get opinionated, and we hope to, get comments and feedback from everybody. And that's the way we roll, man. And be peaceful on it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta step on nobody's toes and all that stuff. Definitely. So I agree with that, guys. I appreciate you guys, man. Woo! Like I said, man, valuable topic, man. We went from Chad Ocho, and Chad Ocho taught us a lot about life and what to talk about. Listen to guys like Chad Ochocinco, man. You might learn a little bit, man. Is he a great role model? I don't know. But does he give wisdom? And I listen to something.
Monetarily, it would appear that he is a great role model. Monetarily.
Yes, monetarily. You know what I'm saying? Besides the fact of the Evelyn situation, you might feel some way about him. Yeah, if you follow Evelyn, you know how it is. Right, exactly. Definitely, man. So
all right, coach.
You want a 20-second it real quick, man, and then
we can do a
20 second. Give us a little break.
Take a quick break. We'll be back about 15-20. Hold on to your butts.
Hey, what's going on, man? It's cornerback Delvin Breaux here from your favorite team, New Orleans Saints. I just want to go ahead on and give a shout out to STWF Media for allowing me to come on and talk about my testimony, my story, and also talk fantasy football. I just want to say thank you, man, for the honor. I appreciate you, man. Y'all make sure y'all tune in tonight at 7:30 Central Time. Bro Show out.
Back at it like we're mad at it. Everybody, appreciate y'all hanging out with your boys. This is the parlay, hanging out on the chop up, doing our thing. So far tonight, we had some pretty good topics. We went with Jake and MLB expectations for our favorite teams this season. We just had the Ochocinco money tips that two presented with us. So I guess I'm up next. You know me, I know I like to get my nerd on. I'm pretty sure Will likes to get nerd on as well. Everybody up here, we're obviously different age groups, but we are kind of
being the youngest is kind of makes me feel like I'm on the outs when I'm the youngest, because I don't know what some of y'all are talking about sometimes.
Well, I can relate because I got kids your age.
I don't know if that's supposed to make me feel bad or make you feel bad.
But
not yet, Ant, but I'm gonna soon.
But you got to think we're kind of like the video game age. you guys more so than myself. Obviously, you know, I was a little kid, you know, when Atari came out and Intellivision, ColecoVision, and things like that. Then it evolved and it took off, you know, with the introduction of the NES and so on. So, but y'all in y'all's prime, y'all had the high-powered equipment. You know, y'all, you know, you got like, you know, the introduction of the Dreamcast, which introduced online gaming, and then the PlayStations and the Xboxes and things like that. So we all got a lot of probably favorite characters and video games that we like. But my topic tonight takes it a little bit further out. I want to take a look at what some consider as, we're going to do it quickly because I know everybody, you know, got time and stuff, but we're going to have fun with it. We're going to talk about the 15 best video game movies of all time. This is kind of, you know, my list. I want some input from you guys. You know, you might change my mind on something. But first off, how do y'all feel about, you know, the adaptation of video game movies?
They started off a little rocky. They're working on it. They're trying to get better. I guess the best way to describe it is they're hit or miss.
Right.
Like, it depends who does it, and it depends how serious they take it. But
depends on the storyline too.
Yeah, but it's just it really you can make something great though out of.
Are you the fan of a video game that has an accurate storyline, like it actually takes from video game, or do you like the ones where they have completely different storylines?
Again, it's so hit. Look, for example, it's actually not. It didn't get turned into a movie, but got turned into a TV show. It's animation. Arcane. Arcane is based on what the world of, I forget the name of the game. It's one of those open world games, magical games. But like they made this show out of a game that doesn't have a super deep storyline to it, and they gave it one, and it's amazing. Arcane on Netflix. If you haven't watched it, then you like anime at all, it's crazy. Like, it's a great anime the way they did it, and they adapted this from a video game that had little to no story of this type of depth to it, but they gave it depth and they made it amazing. That's just like one little example. There's also things like there's other ones that are definitely fails. I'm sure we can find a list of good and bad. What were you gonna say, Jake?
See, I'm a little indifferent. See, sometimes I like when certain movies or shows follow what the storylines are, and then sometimes I like when they make their own adaptations to it. So personally, again, this might be biased as hell, and I don't care. My favorite video game character of all time is Sonic the Hedgehog. I love Sonic, and I think the movies that they did, both movies, I loved them. I thought they were great.
You own to something.
Dynamite, fire, no.
I thought they were straight fire. I thought they were absolutely fantastic. Me and my sons watched the first one at least 20 times. The second one, we've watched at least 5 times. He's probably watched it 10, but I've watched it at least 5.
The second one is one with Knuckles, right?
Yes. That's my favorite part because Knuckles is my favorite damn character.
They played by Idris Elba.
I love them. I thought they were great. I could watch them again right now. Just because we're talking about them, I might watch one tonight. I can't wait for the third one because Shadow's supposed to be in it. I can't wait.
Expand on it, man. No bull. I ride on something.
They're making their own universe. You know what? Hey, they're onto something. Mario's here. Sly Bandicoot's coming.
I want to see that.
I think they're planning on making a Smash Bros. Movie.
That'd be crazy. I'll be dying on my.
I'm just waiting. The only thing I'm scared about is the fact that they already got Detective Pikachu, they got Mario, they got Sonic. I'm sure Star Fox is coming here soon. I'm really scared if they eventually somehow make a Kirby movie and they mess it up, because Kirby's another one that I love. Because Kirby could be very disturbing at the same time and scare a lot of small children if you do it wrong.
I thought Pixels was great.
Pixels was awesome.
That had all the games in it.
Okay. So
head in the right direction. Little known fact, Frogger is still my favorite game to this day.
Ha! The original Frogger.
So
that's funny.
Number 15 for me. Don't judge. But it was the Street Fighter from '94. with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
That was the one that it had something to it. Like they tried.
They tried.
Yeah.
Based on, limited technology for the time, they tried.
Now that compared to Mortal Kombat was horrible comparatively. The one that they recently did, I thought the one that they recently compared, I thought like with all the advancements and technologies you guys had, and y'all still went out there and told a half-ass story.
My thing is with that is like you tell the story, okay, but at the same time, if you play Mortal Kombat, you're basing yourself off a tournament, man. And all.
But I don't like what they did with Venom on there.
But all those characters in Mortal Kombat actually had backstory. There's a whole comic book to that game. They had backstories. They just never really tell them. They just tell you the tournament version of each character, and they don't really give you any depth. And then they created a whole new person who was whack.
Crazy, man. And there's some video games that shouldn't be touched as movies. If, like you said, if you can't get the whole story in, or if you're not trying to engage in trying to throw something like that, people would have probably enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? Like, then they tried to spin off of the Mortal Kombat, and turn the video games, trying to make a Sub-Zero game. But nah, man, Street Fighter, man. Like, now, good overall game. Like, I mean, I'm more a fan of the video games than the movies. But who can go wrong with Street Fighter? I mean, they should be down on the list a little bit more. 15? Right. Like, it's too high.
Number 14, Lara Croft, the Tomb Raider from the Temple of Life in 2003.
Yeah.
With Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, the Jolie movie, I mean, they good. The games were better, but they good.
Games were epic.
Games were epic. Graphics were horrible, but they were.
The gameplay was awesome.
Oh, unbelievable. And nowadays, the newer ones are really good, the graphic wise.
Right.
Like, they're beautiful.
Number 13, Pixels from 2015.
Love that.
I think Will mentioned that earlier. They take a little bit of everything in there.
Yeah. It was like in 80s. It was all 80s pretty much. Like 80s, like early 90s. And they did it right. They respected the craft, both ends, the movie side and when they all hop in the Mini Coopers and they're riding around the whole city as basically as ghosts and
right. That's pretty cool.
Like that like they got something right there. They did it right.
Plus, I thought Adam Sandler played that role great. That movie got a lot of hate though.
Yeah.
It did, but like I mean, anything he does now, people just hate on for the most part because
I think Adam Sandler's
so
great. I can watch any Adam Sandler movie.
Right.
I think it's great.
He's a legend.
Same here.
Well, that's another topic for another day. I'm holding that one.
Number 12, Uncharted from last year.
Now, as a die-hard Uncharted game fan, as a die-hard fan, the movie was not good, but I enjoyed it.
That's my son and my brother said.
Yeah. like I enjoyed it, and I'll still watch it mainly because I rock with Marky Mark. You know what I mean? And I rock with Tom Holland. Those are my guys.
Right.
I forget the girl's name, but she's a great actress too. I liked her in the movie. But they got the dynamic wrong. I get that they wanted to go younger, but like they made Sully, to sell the movie, they made it Marky Mark. Sully is supposed to be like 40 years older than him. Like he's supposed to be way older than
so it's more like 10 or 15.
Yeah, he's more like his uncle. Like if anything, they should have had him play his brother from the game. That would have been perfect because they're about that right age difference for him to have been his older brother, which he has in the game. But for him to be Sully, it was a terrible casting. But I still liked the movie. It was fun. They touched on some of the things from the game, but in general, if I had to rate it in terms of like how good it was compared to the game, it wasn't close. It wasn't close.
11, Assassin's Creed from 2016.
Yeah,
I still need to see that.
Yeah, there's another one that the general populace said no, it was nothing close to the game, and they hated it. I actually liked it. I like Michael Fassbender. I think he's a great actor, and I thought he was great to play the role. And I liked how they made some tweaks on the story. But yeah, people did not like that movie. They did not like it.
Number 10, the entire Resident Evil series.
Real quick. Real quick, I just asked Janie about the Assassin's Creed movie. She said that the visuals were fantastic for the movie, but she'd still prefer the game over the movie.
Yeah, the game is just epic. It's such a good game.
Resident Evil, PlayStation Life, man. If you didn't play through all the episodes of Resident Evil, man, you know what I'm saying? Then
funny story about that, man. This is kind of when I kind of figured out that my wife was going to be my wife.
Let's go.
From Resident Evil.
Oh, for real? I need to know this story.
So I had, I had some roommates, and all we would do after football practice, we just chill at one another's house, or for guys who didn't live with us, but we just watched each other play Resident Evil. We took turns playing and stuff like that. And I even came back on a Christmas break. I was in the middle of playing it. My brother and I finished the game. That's how invested into it that I was.
Yeah.
But after I got done beating it, my wife, who's my girlfriend at the time, saw me playing it so much. She said, well, let me check it out, see how fun. Obviously, it's fun for you. Yeah. So I let her home on PlayStation.
Oh, you let her home on PlayStation?
She ain't great. On PlayStation.
Shorty beat that game before you did. Like
she got hooked on it. She got hooked on it. She became a fan, and I think after that, she started playing Tomb Raider. So I'm like, I got me a gamer.
Let's go.
Shoot, that was like me and Jamie with Call of Duty and SSX Tricky.
Yeah,
Tricky was a dope game.
Addictive. But she was a gamer. That's impressive. She was a gamer before it was cool for women to be gamers.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly.
That's crazy. That's a great story. I like that.
And as my kids grew up, my son kind of reminded me, we always had video game systems in the house. Like a new game come out, a game system, we standing in line to be the first to get it. So we was big gamers in our house. But a lot of times,
who in this room stood in line for PS2?
Nobody. Not me.
I was at work and I won a drawing and got one on lunch day.
Let me see if I can point. If I can point to the right direction, I think it's gonna be that guy.
I can just go right top.
I'm gonna be real.
Yeah, I was a grown ass man then.
I stood for a 3 and a 4 though.
I bought my PS2 used.
Yeah, you got hustle by the muscle. You know what I mean? Dude,
like I said, man, like we
had 2 PS2s in the house.
We had the savings story.
My wife wanted her own.
That's a great story. My brother got a PlayStation 2, but by the time I was ready to get a PlayStation 2, the PlayStation 2 Slim came out.
Yeah.
And I begged my dad. I was like, Dad, please let me get a PlayStation 2, please. He looked at me and said, you want a PlayStation 2, you got to help pay for it. I'm like, well, how do I do that? He's like, it's up to you to figure out.
Yeah.
I came back to him a week later. I'll trade in my GameCube.
There you go.
I gave up my GameCube, all my controllers, all my games and everything. And I was able to get 150 off, and all my dad had to pay was $100. And he was like,
that's a good deal.
He's like, you paid more than half. I'll buy you a game. And I picked out a SmackDown versus Raw game, and I was set. I played wrestling for days.
Coach took a knee with the PS in his hand, like,
hey man, I'm
trusting you.
When the black version of the Dreamcast came out,
oh yeah,
she went all over town and she surprised. I already had one, but she know how much of a fan of the black one I was. She went and found me one.
That's crazy.
1 year.
Dreamcast. Remember Power Stone? My God.
Power Stone crazy, dog.
You'll never get those hours back.
Hey, hold on. Dreamcast is still, you know why the Dreamcast is fire? Because you can get the bootleg games and play.
Yeah, you could. You could bootleg a Dreamcast.
Crazy.
Oh yeah. Had a whole still got spindles in the game.
Man, it was insane, man. No ball.
NBA Street, baby.
Yeah,
remember Shenmue, the first that was one of the first games at the time.
Free throws in 2K like this.
Yeah. It's crazy.
We used to have the 2K.
Hey, 2K started on Dreamcast. This is great.
On Dreamcast. NFL 2K. You know what I'm saying? Randy Moss on the cover. Like
I beat my brother. in NFL 2K so bad he just gave me the game.
I'm disappointed with the Sonics for Dreamcast. But those Sonics for Dreamcast.
Sonics were crazy because they were 3D. They started coming. Yeah,
they were terrible.
My first NBA 2K game that I got to play had T.O. on the cover.
And showing his age right now.
Sir, and showing his age. No bull. My mom wanted her income tax checks, man. I said, yo, I want an N64 for Mad Law. Christmas came by. I didn't get it.
GoldenEye just came back out.
Yep, for the Switch.
For the Switch and Xbox.
Yeah, I
Let's
saw
see.
that.
Let's play a little trivia thing real quick. So you guys know how much I love college basketball. The very first college basketball game I got had a Mecca Okafor on the front cover. Anybody real? No.
That was like the last one, wasn't it? That's
03.
15.
No. Mecca
That was
Okafor.
03,
What year was
Oh,
it?
and Mecca. Not the. I'm thinking
That was
Jaleel.
like 03, 04.
Yeah, 04. Yeah.
04. You got it right there.
Yeah.
The last
Yeah,
person
04.
on the cover of the NCAA was
Blake Griffin.
No.
Yeah, it was
Was it?
Blake Griffin.
Was it? Okay, Blake Griffin and Kevin Durant, one of them.
And 10.
That's crazy.
No, Kevin Durant was on the last cover of the real official NBA Live cover, and then they came back like 4 years later.
They gotta bring back all them college sports games, man.
I won a college basketball game more than
They're coming because of NIL deals.
Right, about that time. Let's get circling back to what the question actually was. The Resident Evil movies, all in all, trash compared to the game, because that's a game where the story was so rich already in the game. For you to capture that in a movie, you had to take it seriously, and their only goal was to deliver a blockbuster movie. It wasn't to give you a real good story. So they didn't do it right. But I mean, they were fun. They got way out of hand in the later movies. She ended up having, yeah, that was too. But like at some point, she ended up having like powers, like the
right,
like she was one of the test subject herself and became like, that's why she lived throughout all this and had like her own bit of powers, like Albert Wesker, if you know that name. They got out of hand, so like that's just whatever. But
personally, I'm not a fan of horror, and I never played horror games. I'm definitely not a zombie fan, so I never got into Walking Dead or nothing. But Resident Evil, probably wouldn't personally give it a chance, so I can't judge it. But if it's based off the games, not a fan.
Walking Dead was probably written because of Resident Evil, the way that game played out. Not that there was never zombie games before, but that
kind of started the zombie trend as we knew it.
It really jump started it for the era that the Walking Dead appealed to.
Where the Walking Dead, the World War Z's and things like that.
World War
I
Z
Am
zombies.
Legend.
Yeah, the World War Z zombies, the I Am Legend zombies, those are crazy. The 28 week later zombies were intense.
Yeah.
See, hold up now, don't trip me up. I was an I Am Legend fan. I love that movie, but I thought of that more of as an action movie than a horror movie.
They had, and it was a remake of a remake.
Yeah, I would say it falls in the line of both. You could label it as both, but they had jump scares, man. That's horror. That's horror tactics. I mean, they had jump scares throughout the movie at times. They also had the mental aspect where he starts flipping out about Frank being out. Remember the mannequin, Frank? What are you doing out here? Like he just started losing it. Like so, yeah. That's playing into the
Doom. Yeah, Doom was alright. The PC version.
Doom was just
Isaiah with y'all.
That. All right, that was number 10, right?
Yeah, number 9, Warcraft in 2016.
I haven't seen the movie yet, and I only played the games a little bit, but I can't imagine it's great because that is not a game. That's a game again that there's not so much storyline to make a movie out of. So what are you making a movie out of?
Right.
But I'll give it a chance. I gotta watch it.
It's on Amazon.
Okay, I'll do that.
Number 8, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I think Jake talked about that earlier.
Hedgehog 2, man. It kind of gave me that feeling, man, once Tails was in there. Because you know the original Sonic, you're like, okay, you can do your basic things and all that. But 2 wouldn't really blossom. Like
man, it's the soundtracks too.
No, the soundtrack too, man, and what you learn who was on the soundtrack, you know what I'm saying, as the years went by, you know, MJ, shout out to Mike Jackson, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, give him his flowers wasn't given then, but his flowers always gonna be given. So, yeah, man, overall, like Jake said, I love the Sonic. Actually, I went to the movies the other day. The last time I went before Sunday was to see Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Overall, great cast. Overall, great game. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you might have spent a couple of days trying to beat the game. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I actually haven't seen 2, and I just found out that it's also on Prime. I'm gonna watch that tonight.
Yeah, watch it. I loved it. I loved it. I loved the movie. I loved it. Jim Carrey, you know what I'm saying, playing Robotnik. You know what I'm saying? It was dope. You know, it kind of gave me that feel.
He
like,
played
you know?
it good, dude.
played it great.
He did.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, everything he touches, though, he gives it his all. So,
Definitely.
gotta love Jim.
Anthony says you never got into Doom. I missed the whole Doom period.
Doom, the thing about Doom is like,
Star was a video game.
Wasn't it PC? Wasn't it PC first, and then it bled into everything
I believe
else?
it was.
So like, that's it. It's kind of a different group, but
yeah, I was kind of like in college about that time. I can afford a PC.
Man, I only just bought a PC for this podcast.
I know Will didn't agree with this one, but number 7, Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, they're wilding out with that. That is not a good movie. It's not. Like they tried. I think they wanted to be a good movie, but that's not enough. You gotta execute. It was not. I
think they tried to put too much into the film at one time.
Grown men around playing a video game. Grown men around play the video game and go watch that movie, and that's sad because usually people that go play the video game, they definitely gonna go watch the movie and enjoy it some way, smile. But hey, it didn't mix. It didn't mix. I don't remember Mortal Kombat because of the movie. We remember Mortal Kombat because of the video.
Because of the game.
And that to the fact that years and years and decades later they try to come out with this, generation's version of it. You know what I'm saying? I still enjoyed the game. You know what I'm saying? What you can do with the video games.
What's up, Godfrey? We see you out there, man. That's Godfrey asking about Saw.
Imagine if Saw turned. Yeah, if they went the other way, that'd be a game I'd love to play. There's a couple horror games out there that are fun. Is Dead by Daylight?
Yeah, Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, Dead by Daylight like that. There's a couple of games out there that are kind of crazy.
Saw was a video game, right? Saw was a video game, correct?
I think he was in a game, but not.
Okay.
Not. I mean, not. Did they make a game out of him? Okay. So, I'd like to see that game. That game would be interesting. It'd be a game of sacrifice, basically, because that's what. That's all that is.
Press red or B.
Seriously. I never forgave them folks for how they did Ryu and Ken in Street Fighter the movie. Yeah, they weren't casted well. It was. Yes, I would agree that the 95's Mortal Kombat was better than the newer one. And look, the newer one still had some redeeming qualities. It just overall they missed a lot. Also, one thing I kind of liked, which was weird, but they kind of made Sub-Zero a bad guy when the whole time of playing the games, it was always like Scorpion's the more of the bad guy, and Sub-Zero is more of a good guy, but they kind of changed that over and they made Sub-Zero kind of an asshole.
Do you remember when they made the Sub-Zero game for PS2?
Yeah, they tried to make his own game.
He
was a compelling character. He was a compelling character, but I don't think they understood when they made that game that part of what made Sub-Zero compelling was his duel with Scorpion. So they were Batman. They were Batman and Joker. They needed to be together to really make it work.
Number 6, Tomb Raider for 2018.
Okay, so I figured this might come up. A lot of people don't like the newer Tomb Raider movie because I think her name is Sofia Vikander. She's not as gorgeous as Angelina Jolie, but I think she's a very beautiful girl, a beautiful woman, and I think I like the storyline is more accurate. I think it's better. I think the way they went about it, showing
I haven't seen that one yet.
It's like this character is based on the newer Tomb Raider games, where it's the Rise of the Tomb Raider. So it's basically Tomb Raider when she's younger. And so man, like I like the way they did it. This is one of the ones that, again, a lot of people didn't like, but I enjoyed, and I'm looking forward to the newer ones when they come out because there's going to be more.
Okay. Number 5, Final Fantasy Advent Children from 2005.
I hated Final Fantasies. I hated anybody that played Final Fantasy with my cousin. Real talk. I still don't understand why. Like,
he said they were his kids.
Early eras of the PlayStation, but I do not understand, man. Maybe it was Patrick and Kenny McFeeters, man. Sorry to my neighbors that live 2 doors down from me. I used to go to their house, and every time Patrick put it in, let's play Final Fantasy. No, I want to play NFL Game Day 98. Like, what's wrong with you?
Game Day 98 was fire.
Like, that's what I wanted to play in the rain or the snow. I want to play with Final Fantasy. And they had hella demos. hella demos.
So many demos. There's so many games for Final Fantasy. Look, the games were crazy. They were just like when they came out. I was young, and that's a lot of.
That's a lot of action.
It's a lot of commitment, a lot of reading.
Yeah, it's real time.
Yeah, a lot of time. Like especially when you got to come home from school and you only get so much time to play the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't want to waste your reading. And there's a lot of subtitles and reading in that game and the whole storyline.
I hate. Bring back NFL Game Day and NFL 2K. I mean,
yeah, that's why
I want to see how NFL 2K will be.
Madden needs competition.
They do bad.
That'd be dope.
Oh man, hey, I'm sorry. I just saw this one comment from Facebook user. Imagine if Saw turned into a video game.
Yeah, we covered. Yeah,
I'm sorry. I just saw that one. My bad.
Yeah, no, you good. You already said you didn't like horror, so it didn't really apply to you anyway.
Would you play the game?
I'm the furthest thing from a horror fan. I go to a movie and Jamie drags me to a movie out of nowhere and it's a horror flick. I'm like this the entire time. I'm trying to be Mr. Hey, I love you, baby, blah, blah, blah. Hey, pay attention to the movie. Man, I can't.
He's scared.
You don't want the surprises.
Shut up. They don't need to know that, Jamie.
Number 4, Sonic the Hedgehog from 2020, the first one.
Yes, man.
One of the best ones ever.
Yes, definitely.
So y'all think the first one was better than the second one?
Yes. Nothing could ever beat the original.
Okay. All right. Well,
it's close.
Disagreeing.
You get that. You could have been more with Tails and Knuckles in them, and that's probably why 1 was probably better than 2 because you didn't have to do a lot. And usually in movies, when you add on people, you don't really get that boom like that. You know, in the sequels. But in all the characters,
don't say Sonic and then add boom to the end of it because that was horrible.
Now, if you bring in all the characters how they're supposed to bring them in, then they're dope. Now, the next one coming with Shadow, you still got Knuckles, Sonic, Tails. That's gonna be dope because you're living the video game. You're living the video game.
Don't get me started on that because when this next one, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 comes out, when Shadow comes in, man, I'm gonna freak out. I'm gonna go to the movie theater and probably see it 3 times in the theater.
Oh, it's tough. Sequels are hard to be better. Definitely are.
Think we found Jake's nerd out pressure point other than
anime.
Other than anime, yeah. Well, it's still kind of anime, so.
You hit me in
you ain't wrong. Nah, man, hey. No, my very first real game system as a kid that I got that was my very own was a Dreamcast, and I got Sonic Adventure as my first game, and I probably played that thing way too much. And I told Jamie we were trying to have a little like couples therapy thing and talk about random things that we didn't know about each other. And I'm like, I can speed run the entire game of Sonic Adventure in 3 hours and finish it. She's like, I didn't know that about you. That's pretty cool, actually. I'm like, thank you. I can sit down and play that game and literally beat it in 3 hours because I've played it so much. I love Sonic. There's nothing like Sonic to me. I've played literally every incarnation of Sonic, even the shitty 06 version. I love it.
My guy Price hit me. Now I love the movie was good. I just felt that they should have cast someone different to play the agent. Imagine that same movie if it was Jason Statham. It'd be so much more believable. They chose Rupert Friend. Not that I have a problem with Rupert Friend, but I don't know if anyone here can name a Rupert Friend movie. I just don't think he fit.
His name's Rupert.
Yeah, it's Rupert.
It's not super. It's not super. It's Rupert.
It's Rupert, yeah. So it didn't go well, but
wasn't that bad. The top 3. That's going to be interesting.
Top 3, let's go.
Number 3, they have Wreck-It Ralph in 2012.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So we're getting to that's funny. I didn't see Wreck-It Ralph, but I heard great things.
I loved it.
I
loved it.
Number 2, Detective Pikachu from 2019.
No,
I'm indifferent.
Where did you find this list?
This
is from Esquire.
Wow.
No. If you're gonna do anything with Pokemon, you're gonna bring the blue version and the red versions out for the Game Boy, and that would be a better choice than Detective Pikachu. You fought the gym guys and the gym girl, and Misty, exactly when we were supposed to battle them. And if you're gonna bring any Pokemon segment in there, you're gonna pick the red and blue version for the Game Boy. Untouchable.
They wild
Look,
out. There was so much story to tell, and they decided not to tell any of it.
What we wanted for Pokemon Go is what we got in Detective Pikachu. We wanted Pokemon Go to feel like something real, and we just got like this weird little video game thingy. And I hate Pokemon Go. I play it every now and again just because friends are playing it, but I can't get on it. Detective Pikachu is what we thought, we wished our visuals would be with all the trailers we got. It was a letdown. That's more hate on Pokemon Go than Detective Pikachu.
No way it was the #2 adaptation movie ever. Like, no.
No, definitely not.
We're not gonna do this.
I missed the comment. What was the comment?
That told the story. They told the story of how it was.
Yes, little dude. Wow. Yes.
Definitely.
What's #1? I've lost all faith in this list now.
Bobby's comment. I knew that was going to happen.
He knew he was about to ask him. Definitely.
Absolutely. #1, y'all mentioned it earlier. Mortal Kombat from '95.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I guess. When was this made? Well, we only talk about movies too. Shows. I wonder. We should do a show one at some point too.
See, this one came out. This was actually this just came out on the 26th of this month.
Jeez. Who did they pull?
I know, right?
That's interesting. That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
is anyone? I know it's not a video game, but is anyone by chance in a room, and anyone by chance in the comments excited like I am for the Dungeons and Dragons movie? Or is that just me being a nerd?
Kinda.
I am, but here's the thing. It looks like it's gonna be a cheese fest. Like it looks like it don't look like they're gonna get in depth or make it like Dungeons can be crazy, and like the cast alone. Let me see the cast. I'm gonna pull this cast right quick.
They probably should have went back to the animated series to get inspiration for it.
Yeah, so Chris Pine is. I rock with Chris Pine, but apparently he's like the weakest character in the game. They got Michelle Rodriguez, who notoriously cannot act. Don't get me wrong, I like her in all the Fast and Furious movies, but she is that character. She's Letty in everything she's ever played. Also, she's been in a Resident Evil movie. Also, she just played Letty in Resident Evil. Not a great character. Who else they got in here? Yeah, see, this cast is just
like, look, I just saw the Fozzie and the owl in it, and I got really excited.
Yeah,
because my character I have a guy, my buddy in the group that we play with. He's a hellhound. I don't know how they ended up they ended up homebrewing a character for him, and he has a Quasi as his buddy, and it's great to see that within the movie. And I'm kind of like a Rob Lucci type of character from One Piece in mind, to where I have a wild form. I'm kind of losing what I'm called, but I'm like one of the silent killers. I'm an assailant in it, and I'm supposed to be able to be sneaky. I can pick locks and stuff. My character is pretty fun to play with, and I'm looking forward to going back and doing another session. And when I saw this movie was coming out, I'm like, I might be able to learn a little bit more about D&D when I go back to the session play after I see the movie.
My main worry is that they're gonna make an entire movie about Dungeons and Dragons, and in the meantime,
material for that.
And in the meantime, Stranger Things already made Dungeons and Dragons like as fire as we've ever seen it on a screen anywhere. By the way they played it, and then almost kind of lived it out in life with the whole upside down and everything that they had to deal with. Mm-hmm. So like they did it best already. So if you're gonna make a movie, you better really come with it. And it just seems like they're making another blockbuster like hit with let's throw stars and money and CGI at this and until we just get people to sit in their seats and hopefully they'll like it.
Right, that's what they're trying to do in the world. That's what they're going to try to do. With the world the way it is, man, that's what they ejected to do. Now let's see what the results are. And that's, like you said, we're afraid of the results. We're afraid to see how the movie's really going to be, especially if they amping the movie up. You know what I'm saying? You're like, damn, I hope this is. If I'm going to waste a Friday night, potentially Saturday night, or whatever, going to see this. You know, at a movie theater. I mean, unless you're watching it at home, cool. You might get it. you might feel better. You know what I'm saying? But if you travel to a movie theater, you know, and it's bad, you know, you're gonna be heated. Need for Speed is a game in a movie with Fast and Furious. I would agree on that. Maybe the movies are better. You don't know, but it is. You know, I feel like that's a simulation of it for real.
I'm surprised Prince of Persia didn't make this list.
Prince of Persia, Max Payne.
Well, no, that's because Max Payne might literally be the worst movie adapted from a video game ever. The entire game is about stop motion, like and they used it one time when he tripped. My man Mark Wahlberg was backing up. He tripped, fell backwards, and that was when they finally used bullet time in the movie. Like that, it was a disgrace. Yeah, it was a disgrace. It's I don't know. Yeah. Let me think.
I think the Captain Falcon movie.
Is it Captain Falcon?
Yeah. Falco. Pong! That's great. I love that.
Well, I didn't necessarily have my own. What I'll do is I'll just take what we just did and kind of adapt it a little bit.
Okay.
See if you can find a list, though. I'm looking for a list of basically the same topic, like video games, but adapted to TV shows. So not necessarily the movie, because movies are harder to do.
Can I throw in real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, do your thing.
Sonic, they just released a Netflix series. I forgot, Jamie, look it up real quick. Yeah, it's I forgot what it's called. Help me out real quick. She's going to tell me in a second. She's looking it up real quick. They just released a series. It's a 10-episode series. If anybody in the chat or you guys like Sonic, please, for the love of God, watch it. It's actually really good. Sonic Prime. It's called Sonic Prime. I love it.
So I have here a list of shout out to sci-fi, you know, games that, you know, based off spin-off of TV shows. I'll just read the list. If I can read the list, I'll read the list. 1 through 10.
You got the list. None of us
Witcher.
got it.
The Witcher at number 1. Believes in Netflix series. Another
very good. Very
number
good.
2, Arcane. I will mention.
Arcane.
Netflix series. Castlevania.
Yes. Castlevania. Yeah.
This one right here.
Definitely throwback.
This was an ill game.
Think Jamie liked Castlevania.
Yeah.
This one was an ill game on the low. I used to play for PC all the time. I never played an actual video game on or with a controller. But Carmen San Diego was my joint.
It used to be a great PC game though. It was fun.
Loved the PC game. Loved to find out where she was at. Different tools, all that stuff, man. Shout out to Carmen San Diego.
Was there any kind of like TV show movie made for RuneScape? Should anyone remember RuneScape?
That's a good question. I don't
remember that.
I heard of RuneScape. Number 5, where it should be, Pokemon. They have Digimon at number 6. Number 7 is Alien Isolation. Number 8, Dragon's Lair. Number 9, Skylander Academy. And number 10, the Cuphead show.
The Cuphead. Cuphead. Apparently the Cuphead's like super big though. Like that's crazy.
Oh man.
Hey, I'm glad someone in the chat likes Sonic Prime. Again, if you are a Sonic fan, please give Sonic Prime a chance. It's really good. They got all the characters you need. It's got a really unique storyline with what they're running with. I'm hoping for season 2.
All right, so I got a list here. I think this will. It's not really in order, but it's just a list of some great ones. The first one that comes across is Arcane. That came from League of Legends. The game was League of Legends. They turned it into a show. I cannot suggest this more, especially if you're in the anime. Go watch Arcane. Also, if you're in the anime and you like certain video games, Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Cyberpunk made it. We all know about the game. Huge game. The release bombed because the game wasn't even finished yet, really, when they released it. But they made an
They
anime.
messed that up bad.
They made an anime called Edge Runners that is unbelievable. It's a really good anime. What else we got? Last of Us.
Cool Runners too.
I don't even know. Looks Cool Runners, man. You tripping out here. Last of Us is going on right now. I've been telling y'all about that for as long as anybody will listen to me. Last of Us is going crazy. This third episode was intense. If anybody watched it, it was pretty graphic. It got a little wild, but it was it was a setup episode. So they set up a lot of things moving forward, which is very important for what happens going forward. What else we got? Let me see. Castlevania we've heard about. Dragon's Dogma, I've never heard of that. The Witcher's on here.
Which is great.
Anybody seen the Halo show? It was not
No.
I've never played the Halo game.
Yeah.
But my brother and my son
PlayStation
have,
all the
and
way
they hated
through. I
the
don't know
series.
nothing about.
Oh yeah, Halo. Oh Halo. Oh hell, that's another hell no. Halo.
That show's bad. That show's a bad show. It's not a good show at all.
I mean, my tutor had that BC, man. I hate that game. He used to play Halo. I hate that game.
Also, another show based off of a game. They made a Resident Evil show recently too. It is also terrible. Not worth watching. What else? Yeah, they got Sonic on here.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. So let me see what this list over here got, because y'all threw up some lists too. Just found it interesting how these two worlds collide a lot. Yeah, so this, yeah, this is the one with the Witcher, Arcane, Castlevania. All right,
so
yeah,
how about
Carmen San
I'm
Diego.
gonna throw a wild ball at you real quick before you go back into your thing.
Yeah, do you think?
Do WWF, WWE games consist of TV shows converted into the video games? I'm just saying.
Really. I mean, technically, they got Raw, they got Raw's War, they got Monday. Yeah, I mean, they got
Jake, man, you know what I'm saying?
SmackDown.
You can relate with me. You know what I'm saying? The rest of the video
I
games,
relate.
you know, they similar, you know.
Shoot, we were talking the other day about who Rhea picked. Trust me and you got this WWE stuff down.
Well, yeah, man. I think, I just wanted to kind of like piggyback on that. I had a rough day today, so I didn't have my own topic.
Then the Turtles was a movie. Then it turned into the game.
What came first? Yeah, movie.
The movie came first, then the game.
Was it comic first?
Nah.
Yeah.
The Turtles?
Yeah. The game was first?
No. The toys was first.
Toys, right.
Toys.
The toys, then the game, then the...
Are you talking about TMNT?
Yeah.
I thought it was a comic first.
It was a comic.
Yeah.
Then the game... I'm sorry, the comic, the toys, the game, and then the TV series, I think. Then the movies came out.
Oh, okay. Then the movie. Okay.
I wish April was real.
Yeah, don't we all?
I was a big fan of Rocksteady and Bebop.
Oh, by the way, hey, I think I saw Josh Orson post something, or he might have showed me something. I might finally be getting my Green Lantern movie from James Gunn. I'm hoping.
Really?
Yeah, if it's coming from Josh, it's probably something that's definitely news because he's a movie head too. There'll be another guy in here for these type of discussions. This man lives at the movie theaters. He has a lifetime subscription to the movie theaters. Like, you can't tell him not to go to the movie theaters.
Thank you, Josh, for telling me about that. That was great news of the day.
Comic, then show, then game.
I got it here for you.
Yep.
It was
comic.
It was a comic first from 83 to 86. From 87 to 89 was the toys, the animation, and video games. The 90s was the first films, franchise expansion, and commercial peak. So that's the particular order that they have as far as that particular franchise.
Remember when they put the cubes in the donuts? Then he crushed it. He's like, nom nom. That's, I used to watch that movie all the time.
You dirty rat! You killed my father!
Yeah, Vanilla Ice coming in there dancing with them all.
Go
Ninja, go Ninja, go Ninja, go Ninja.
Yeah, my brother's 10 years older than me, and that was his jam, dude.
That movie was crazy, man.
Hey, real quick, this came out yesterday. The video game's been turned into TV shows. Gods of War. Horizon Zero Dawn.
Okay.
Heard that was good.
Resident Evil,
Well,
July the 14th on Netflix.
terrible.
The Last of Us. I'm waiting on the next episode. Then I'm 3 in. Then I'm start watching it. Will.
No, you're gonna be 4 in, but I think
it's on. I checked yesterday. It was on the 2. Is it every Thursday?
Sunday, every Sunday.
Okay.
There should be 3.
Let me double check again. If it's 3, I'm all good because I finally finished Valhalla.
Oh, okay. I gotta start that now. Yeah, I gotta watch that.
When 50 Cent gonna turn Power into a video game? That'll be dope.
That'd be crazy.
That'll be dope.
Gears of War.
Yeah, Coach. There's 3 episodes out.
Okay. Gears of War, Assassin's Creed, Pokemon live action, Twisted Metal.
Ooh, Twisted Metal.
I remember Twisted Metal 2 was the best one.
Yes.
I think you mentioned this one earlier, the Cyberpunk, the Edge Runners.
Yep. That's just crazy, man. Y'all gotta watch that.
Far Cry 3, Blood Dragon.
Oh, okay. I'm not. That's crazy.
Castlevania, Nocturne.
Ooh. Jake got
Did
something to say.
Did we talk about animation turned video game yet?
No, we didn't do that yet.
No, let's not
Next
forget. No. Now this might be a dumb, stupid one to bring up, but we always got the freaking South Park Fractured Butthole.
No, that's literally one of the. I saw that on the list. The Fractured Butthole was literally one of the best games that people.
Bro, it was a freaking instant classic. I love that game.
Yeah, people love that game. Yeah, South Park. Yeah,
I'm not familiar with this next one. Devil May Cry.
So I remember the game.
Oh my God, are you serious?
I remember the
It's
game.
gonna be on Netflix.
Oh, when is that? Yeah, I heard about that. When's that coming out?
That's
gonna be crazy. I hope
it doesn't have a release date.
So that game
was gonna be over multiple seasons, and when it comes out,
they say that, but
it's gonna be 8 episodes at once.
Okay. Yeah. Look, that's it's like a shoot 'em up, but it's also like mythical and like magical too. So they got a lot to go with there.
There's a Knuckles spinoff.
Huh. Knuckles.
Splinter Cell.
Okay. Splinter Cell should be good.
Okay.
All Out.
Yeah.
Dragon Age Absolution.
And now, no idea what that's about.
No, we need a new generation Double Dragon, yo.
Yeah.
Double Dragon was fire.
The Witcher Blood Origin.
Oh yeah, I saw that. It is bad.
Yeah,
real bad.
It got real corny at the end. The graphics suck.
Yeah, they reached.
It's a big letdown. It started off kind of intriguing.
Yeah,
it's a big letdown. Tomb Raider.
Okay,
and then there's another Tomb. So that Tomb Raider is coming on Netflix, and then Amazon is releasing one as well. So that means some movies are on the way.
What's up, Facebook user? I don't know your name, but what's up?
Sonic Prime animated.
Okay.
And those are the ones they have on either out or upcoming.
All right. Well, some things to look forward to.
That's Buck Robinson on.
Dragon Animated Series. They had the video game. I was hooked on the video game. You know what I'm saying? Woo! You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Double Dragon.
That's good stuff there, man.
Absolutely.
Definitely good stuff.
That's good chop up tonight, fellas.
Yeah, we're trying to go all the way up.
Everybody at half an hour, they old, you know what I'm saying? Full spot for the most part, man.
Might be that's one of our longest shows ever.
Definitely, man. But I enjoyed it, man. You know what I'm
Me
saying?
too.
I enjoyed topics, man. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. I fell off video games a long time ago, so it was interesting to just be back in the moment and just feel interested by it. Because anytime any of my other friends mention video games, I'm stage left. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, engagement is what we work on here. You know, regardless, you know, we come from 4 different worlds. Sometimes maybe 4 different things, but one thing we do try to do as a group is, you know what I'm saying? Be engaged, stay engaged. You know what I'm saying? Never fake engagement. We know what true engagement is. We see it from you guys over in the chat tonight in the comments. So shout out to you guys for all the comments that you blessed us with tonight, man. It definitely helps us out, man. And it's free. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't cost a thing. So appreciate that.
Absolutely. Was that your shout out too?
Oh, nah, that wasn't my shout out. That was just me talking. But,
go ahead and continue the shout out.
I'll shout out one more shout out, man. Want to give a shout out to you guys, man. You know, for coming in here, You know what I'm saying? We said we was gonna do this on Tuesdays. You know, sometimes you guys, you know what I'm saying? Maybe, you know, can't find a topic, things like that. Feel like everybody had a topic tonight that, you know, was well represented. You know what I'm saying? And throughout, you know, when topics go as long as they go, you know, with giving positive feedback, it's great. Want to give a condolences to my friend Jenny. You know, I worked with her for a few years at Hard Rock Cafe. I just got some disturbing news before I got home today that she was shot in Providence yesterday. Yeah, it's a crazy story. I'll send you guys the link of the story after the show. But yeah, I heard that on the way home. Kind of messed up my vibe. You know what I'm saying, before coming on here. So praise Jenny, her young baby girl, her family, man. Definitely terrible.
Yeah, hope everything's all right.
Prayers.
Chopper was fire, definitely. Appreciate it.
I'll go ahead and go. Shout out to everybody that hung in here with us tonight. We appreciate you. As always, Unc, Marie, Jamie, Bobby, Anthony, Lil Dude, LOL, Wow, Cedric, Roderick, Frankie, Godfrey, Buck, and Ammo for your mind. We appreciate you guys checking in and hanging out with us, providing us valuable feedback. And also, I know he's kind of a controversial person, but Kurt Angle made a statement that Hulk Hogan's back surgery that he had, he can't feel his legs from the surgery.
God damn.
Kurt Angle said that about Hulk Hogan peoples?
Yeah.
That's crazy, man, because Kurt just definitely started being on a downfall. And if you look at Hulk, too, if you look at Hulk in the way he walks nowadays, looks like Hulk might have a story in a couple months. You know,
Hulk was seen with
Hulk
was seen with the cane at WrestleMania 30.
They said I think he just had his 10th back surgery or something like that.
Yeah, he has a back surgery like every year. Literally, he goes to conventions now, and he just be like with a humpback, like, you know what I'm saying?
He's old, man. He was old when people forget he was bald when he was wrestling. Like, he was bald.
Right, he was bald when he was wrestling. Definitely.
Yeah, he was old, man.
Man, I'm 27. What y'all got about bald people, man?
I've seen him.
He wasn't 27 though. he was getting slammed in his 40s, 50s.
Yeah, y'all made me feel old. I remember as a kid when Hulk Hogan was the up and coming fresh face. On PM magazine.
I feel like he was 30 then.
Yeah, he did look old then. He's already bald and then.
Before somebody else gets shout out to that shout out to a guy in our group, man. Shout out to that fantasy guy. He's over at the Reese's All-American games. You know what I'm saying? Reese's draft. This is like for the draft and all that. So you know what I'm saying? So he's over there talking to guys that potentially could be drafted. So shout out to that fantasy guy. You know, heavy guy in the group, you know what I'm saying, plays fantasy football with us, and, you know, has a lot of interesting things to say, and he does a lot of things around fantasy football. Shout out to him.
Absolutely. Will?
Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to the brand. Shout out to everybody who joined. And shout out to everybody who's going to share. We appreciate that for sure. And shout out to you fellas, man, making this great. This is always fun, man. Therapeutic for sure. Like Coach always says.
Absolutely. The birthday guy.
Happy birthday, brother.
Yes.
You made it past.
Thank you guys. For real. You guys.
You can drink now.
Yeah.
Jay, we saw you all night.
You guys made the birthday podcast, the Chop Up, real fun. Thank you, everyone in the comments. We had a lot of activity tonight. That was absolutely awesome. Thank you to my wife for letting me use the living room tonight. I've been on 2 different locations this week. I wonder where I'm going to be at tomorrow. Tune in and find out.
Where's Jake?
Exactly. But no, yeah, shout out to you guys for real. This birthday podcast is absolutely awesome. Tomorrow's the All Basketball Show. I don't know shit about the NBA, but guess what? I'll be in the room to find out some more about it.
Let's go.
Yeah!
Please, as always, if you like this show, share it out. Thank you for the comments. Like it up some more. Coach, send us home.
Appreciate y'all. Be here tomorrow for the Number Basketball Show, 7:30. Appreciate y'all hanging out with you boys. Keep it real.